Haha, 50. 50.
Haha.
50 50.
Haha.
Bang.
Ha
Bang.
ha.
Bang.
50.
50. It's the 50th anniversary. Nope.
I can't believe it.
It's
Did you
crazy.
actually think we'd get this far?
I didn't.
Neither.
Well, I don't know if I didn't, but I don't think I thought about it, you know?
I honestly didn't think we would. I didn't think it would work. I thought either one of us would like drop out or it just would not work.
No, we're too nerdy. Should we just stop now? Should we just
Maybe.
Should we just
end
finish?
on a high?
Yeah, let's
You know what
let's
they
just
say?
go. Sing us out, Connor.
That's it.
a-
Imagine if we just uploaded this as like, that's it. We're stopping with Matt. That's it. We're over.
Yeah, it was too much of a transition.
We exceeded expectations, Aidan.
It's been fun, hasn't it? It's been fun meeting people, chatting with people.
Oh, it's been the best, yeah.
It has.
It's been the best.
Hopefully it only gets better from here, right? Right.
Famous
I don't
last
know.
words. I hope so. I
Yeah.
mean, we seem to have achieved a lot in the first 50. I'd love to see what we get to at like 100.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice to see if we've grown. I hope we grow even more and more. But
That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
We'll see.
See
But
if I can take this mic off of here.
you want to hold it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my mic. So me and Connor, we're shooting this in person.
Of course,
today,
yeah.
which is obviously different. We've only done it once before in person, which was for Voyage of the Damned, at Christmas, which was lovely.
I can see Aidan's face.
Yeah,
Not
it's
for
good,
a
isn't it?
computer, which
is
is
good.
always nice.
All right, I'm holding. Oh God, no, this was a mistake.
It's
This was a
the
big mistake.
wires through the Blue
Fuck.
Yeti.
Oh, that's so bad, isn't it? Okay, we're just gonna have to do a bit of that, and I'll turn it down. God, this is a mess of a start, isn't it?
Maybe on episode 100, Aidan will have a boom mic and
Maybe
we'll be ready to
we'll just
rock.
start booming it in. That's lovely.
That's okay.
This is cool. This feels casual. Just
Yeah.
holding the mic.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna sound like shit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I've done it before and it's always sounded okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's lovely.
It's the kind of wacky things that happen when we get together.
That's right.
We haven't seen each other in person since Christmas.
Yeah. You know what was really funny? I messaged Connor about 20 minutes before it was
Oh,
meant to
that's
come,
hilarious.
and I go, "Are we on the beers tonight, Connor?" And he goes, "No, I got tape work to do in the morning." I was like, "No worries. I'm trying to cut back too." And then I get a message about 5 minutes later saying, "Fuck it, it's 50. Let's get on the beers." And I was like, "All right, I'm there."
Yeah,
Like,
well, it is 50.
No convincing needed.
Literally, there was no convincing needed, which is hilarious. But also, it's 50, and we don't record much together in person. You know, I haven't seen you or anything in person since we recorded last. So
God, that's ages.
something rings a bell that isn't like that, but I think maybe we met a little bit before that. But
Maybe there was something.
at like a party or something. But yeah, but still, it's been a long time since we've
Seen each
recorded
other.
together, and actually.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It's so we have to do it. Okay, so we have to do it next week as well. Record
Yes.
with each other.
Do we? I know we're doing it, but is there a reason why we have to? Like, is
Yes.
that what's that? Why?
Because it's coming. It's coming. It's,
Oh.
it's ready to fucking rock.
Oh
yeah.
shit!
But I can't pick it up till Wednesday.
Gotcha.
So it just missed out. So I was waiting. I was waiting to get it for. I didn't want to just leave it on your doorstep.
Yeah.
It makes a lot more sense to give it to you actually in person.
Should we quickly recap what this is about for,
Of
for
course,
anyone
yeah.
that hasn't?
Sure.
You take it away, Connor. It's your tale.
Well, you know, I had this idea to get Aidan this present for his birthday, which sounds really bad because his birthday's December 9th. Sounds really bad, but I went to get it for him. It didn't work, so I got him a vinyl to say, look, this is gonna, you know, I'm gonna still get you. This is the thing I wanted to get you, but here's a vinyl to keep you going, and then I'll get you the other present once I figure out how to do it. It's been a massive nightmare, by the way. I wanted to like gouge my eyes out, even though I had issues, but. Then I gave Aidan the vinyl, which was the last time we met up, and it was Abbey Road, and he happened to have. Who knew he had one of the biggest albums of all time
Who
on
would've
vinyl?
known?
Who knew?
That's
Who
so
knew that
funny.
he would have that? So I felt really bad, and then I did sort out a way to do it. I got a lot of help from Daniel, so Daniel actually does deserve a shout out. It's Daniel Aid. He really
Yeah,
did help
Daniel.
me because I'm not too good on this side of things, and when I give it to you, I'll explain why I'm not too good at what.
yeah, that's
happened,
what I'm
but-
so curious as to what all this back and
It's
forth
not going to
has
live up
been.
to your expectations. Please don't think
No,
that it's going to be huge,
whatever it
but-
is. I'm keen.
Yeah, it literally, the most funniest thing, I can't wait to tell you the story, but the most funniest thing is like how bad this like company has been at like answering their phone. It was
Really?
it's just been awful.
Shit.
And I'm really bad at the technical side of things with this stuff. So, but anyway, I've sorted it out. They've texted me and it's ready to get picked up on Wednesday, and I need to do a few more things, but that won't be an issue. so I'm ready to rock with it.
That's cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, well, I wanna do the same for me. I want to do the exact same thing again. Now that I broke the system and I know how to work it. But the thing is, I wanted to. There was no point just giving it to you or leaving it on like your doorstep. I thought it'd be awesome for you to open on the show because it relates to Doctor Who.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So it makes, and I wanted to be here when you do it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just be through fucking Zoom.
I'm keen.
Made more sense to. But I'm picking up on Wednesday. I should have it all ready to rock by the weekend, and I'm excited. I'm actually really. It's so fucking funny that I actually sorted it out. I wanted to gouge my eyes out. There were so many times where I was like, "That's it, I can't do this." But then I was like, "That's just such a cop out," and also you'd be upset because I've hyped it up so. I wouldn't be
upset. I think it's the listeners this has been like a ongoing thing for the past like 4 months on the show, or longer than that even. I think
I just felt terrible though because the only reason, well, not the only reason, that sounds bad, but the reason I got you the vinyl was like, it'll just give you a bit, something to just keep you waiting. And then you even had that. So I was like, I just felt like an awful friend.
No, not at all.
So, but anyway.
Not at all.
I'm going to really enjoy bringing it over next week. So yeah, we could, you got that to look forward to next week on the show. And
I'm looking forward to it.
I hope you like it. I think you're going to really like it.
I'm very keen.
Everyone I've spoken to about it, even people who are like not into like Doctor Who and stuff, think it's fucking awesome. So I hope you like it too.
Cool. I feel like I really will. So,
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Please explain to people when I give it to you, when you say it's my birthday present, the explanation behind it. It makes me look like a terrible person. Like, what will it be? Like halfway through fucking, April? So that's a long time. That's 4.5 months later. Plus December 9th is halfway through December. It feels like 5 months pretty much. So
yeah,
I do feel really bad. But it's nearly half a year. It would have been.
You could just save it for next year. Well,
maybe
this year if you
just
want.
recycle it.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I would support the council. Just recycle it. God's sake. Well, I think it's a fun story.
It is a fun story.
There'll be a good story behind it. I think. So,
man,
looking forward to giving it to you. I really am. I think it'll be really fun.
I'm keen for it. 50 episodes though. I'm just still baffled by that number.
I think what's so amazing is that we've never missed a week.
Yes, we took one off of Christmas.
It didn't even feel like that though, did it?
Yeah, because
I don't think anyone really noticed.
We'd come off of doing like two a week through all of December and stuff for season 3. And then we did Revolution shortly after.
So did we really take a week off? I don't even think.
We
didn't even
did.
feel like we did.
We did because I think the Christmas special came out on the 24th, and our next upload was Revolution on the 2nd. So
I still think we can say we did 50 weeks in a row.
We pretty much have. Oh, it's not 50 weeks though. It's 50 episodes because there was 5 weeks of double episodes.
True, actually, yeah.
Which, if anything, is a bit more impressive. Well, I say impressive. We just sit here and drink beer and talk about Doctor Who for an hour and a half every week.
It's like, I think especially someone like Dylan who watches both my shows, the complete difference between the dedication with this show and my other one is just, the other one is like hillbillies run it, like, and that's including myself. With this show, I feel like I rock out to the set with like a top hat on. I'm ready to
You're
rock.
A smart
and
boy.
I'm like running the social media and like,
yeah.
My other one is just like, we really need to we literally got a meeting tomorrow to try and fucking sort that shipwreck out. So, it's been a bit hard at the moment with Daniel. So, that's his story to tell. I won't get into that. But yeah, it's since that happened, everything's kind of gone to shit with it. So, but with this show, I hate to say it, I just feel like it's just so much. But that's all you, pretty much. You're the one who edited every episode.
Don't make me blush.
You really are the saving grace. All I do is shot to
this document. That's the saving
notes.
grace.
I'm so like unprepared with everything.
I feel like a proper podcaster today because not only do I have my usual notes and my quote unquote research, but I have it in a lovely document, printed on paper. It's 2 pages long of just things. He was
laughing when he was printing out. Like, I'm gonna make Connor like shit.
You gotta make him feel like shit.
Even more than I already do.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good. 11th Hour. That's what we're talking about today, isn't it?
Yeah, Matt Smith's first episode. Moffat's first episode as head showrunner.
Yeah.
Arthur Darvill, Karen Gillan.
Just the gang.
Yeah.
Just the gang. It's a whole new look, a whole new feel, a whole new vibe.
It's so different, doesn't it?
That is crazy.
It's the one thing we kind of said to each other today. We haven't really spoken about, but we were just texting today. And we were just like, it's so different.
It is so different. And I think, I I think that's why, like, at first I didn't like Series 5 and why quite a few people didn't like it at first. And it was sort of like, as you get used to the new look of the show and the new tone and the new characters, even the new sound, because it sounds a bit different score-wise as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think then you grow to love it, which is, yeah. I definitely, like, I pressed play on it and was like, oh.
Yeah.
It took me a good, like, 10 minutes to sort of not be jarred by how different it was, you know?
Totally. It's such a different tone, even down to just, like, the color template of the episode. It's just kind of, like, dark, grey, blue.
Yeah.
And it can get some getting used to, I think.
It's instantly, like, you know, we always talk about the Moffat era, or at least the Smith era, being, like, a fairy tale vibe. And instantly, like, the first shot is... It's not a dream catcher, but it's one of them wind...
Yeah, wind turbine almost kind
which
of
is
things.
Just, it feels very fantasy, just that first shot, and then just the slow
the score is so fantasy.
To the house. Yeah, I forgot about Amy's theme. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
And then
I forgot Amy's theme, one of the biggest characters in Doctor Who.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
Yeah, it
Karen's
is very fantasy.
Yeah.
Like dream.
Anyways, lots to get onto this episode, with it being 50. Well,
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing real extra with
We
it
didn't
being...
really plan anything, do we?
No, there's not... Don't expect anything
We
crazy.
didn't even plan a drink. Look at us.
Yeah, we got some beers.
Yeah. I got some cider.
There you go. Yeah. Connor's on the cider because he's a nerd.
It's true.
There's a lot of goofs and a lot of behind the scenes. That's what mainly takes up this
I've got
document.
one goof to bring it all home with 50.
I've got a lot of goofs
Really?
that are my own ones.
No.
There's also one that I've forgotten, which is annoying me.
I hate that. I always feel like I need to write them down because I almost forgot last week my second one, but I just remembered it. But today I won't forget my one today.
Okay. Well,
I'll try not to.
Try not to in the next hour.
Now I will. I've said it. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50%. Cat.
So the 11th Hour, written by Stephen Moffat and directed by Adam Smith. Adam Smith, he's a new Doctor Who director.
Adam Smith.
Adam Smith.
Matt Smith and Adam Smith.
The Smiths. I did a bit of research. Adam Smith previously had only directed a bunch of music videos. And then he did like 4 episodes of Misfits in one of the first 2 series. So not Misfits, of Skins. Sorry, of Skins when it was good in the early series. He did 4 of those, and they were like acclaimed episodes or something. And so for some reason they thought, oh, Skins, yeah, that's good for Doctor Who. Not saying it wasn't, but it just seems like for someone with no other.
Yeah.
Like TV directing credits, that's just a bit of a jump, especially for the start of a new era.
Oh yeah.
And the only other 2 Who episodes he directs is Flesh and Stone and Time of Angels.
Is that it?
That's
Never
it.
Came back.
That's it. Yeah. And apparently since then he's kind of dropped off and just gone back to music videos. So
For real?
yeah, interesting.
Wow. Who directed Eccleston's first episode? Wasn't it Eurus Lynn or?
No, it was Keith Brooks.
Okay, that
Just
was
a random.
And Graham Harper was David's first. That was Euros.
Christmas. No, Graham Harper didn't come until mid-series 2 for the Sidemen 2-parter.
Okay.
I think Euros did Christmas Invasion. Maybe. I don't know that for sure.
That's the thing, though. That's what I was going with. Yeah, because kind of like, it was kind of like he stuck around. I always thought these directors would like stay around for
I
the show.
don't think in Smith's era that there's many recurring directors.
I was going to say, is there like, because you were now only this time of rewatching, I've catch directors' names. I never did because I only rewatched it years ago when I wasn't that into all that kind of stuff. But do you know any big directors who
do Smith? No. Douglas McKinnon is the only one that comes to mind. I believe he did the 50th. And I think maybe he did a couple more around that time. Right. Maybe? I'm not sure.
It's interesting there isn't like a Euros Lynn or a Graham Harper.
Yeah, it is weird. And I think maybe that's why it feels a little inconsistent this era, from memory at least.
Yeah.
Because the person that did Rose was Keith Brooks, who only did Rose and then the Slovene 2-parter.
Right.
And then other than that, it was basically a combination between Euros, Graham Harper, James Strong did quite a few, and then there's just a couple of other directors mixed in there. But those were sort of the main 3, especially Graham and Euros.
Interesting.
And then we have Rachel in Pete's era. I don't know if there's any more.
There was Ben something. I remember he did quite a few.
Ben Swallow.
Something like that.
Ben Swallow. Anyways, the 11th Hour is the first episode of the 5th series of the British science fiction television programme Doctor Who. First broadcast on BBC One and BBC HD. That's right, we're in HD, baby. On the 3rd of April 2010. Excuse me. The episode written by new head writer and executive producer Stephen Moffat and directed by Adam Smith. So a complete change in cast and production crew. In the episode, the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith crashes his time and space machine, the TARDIS, into the small English village of Ledworth, where he meets a young Scottish girl named Amelia Pond, Caitlin Blackwood. The Doctor is forced to leave, but promises Amelia he will return in 5 minutes. However, he arrives 12 years late and is confronted by the grown-up Amelia, now known as Amy Pond, Karen Gillan, who does not trust him. He attempts to gain her trust to help return the shape-shifting alien Prisoner Zero to the Galactic Police, the Atraxi, before they destroy the Earth. I swear they add so many extra words in these things just to like...
It's a bit of a gamble, isn't it, what it's going to say, really?
Yeah, they say... In the episode, the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith, crashes his time and space machine, the TARDIS. Why not just say...
The what?
The TARDIS. And then if you're curious as to what the TARDIS could be, click on the highlighted blue word TARDIS.
That's what it's there for. That's why it's there. You should write TARDIS Wiki. Hashtag Aidan for TARDIS Wiki.
Maybe I will.
I think anyone can edit it, so yeah.
Yeah, they can. I saw a bunch of typos over time. That wasn't a fart, by the way. That might have sounded like a fart. That was just my foot on a chair.
I can tell you right now, Aidan's not lying. I can actually contest that. Fuck's sake.
All right, shall we go into the review?
Let's do it.
Take it from the top, Connor. Yeah, baby.
Okay. That's very professional, coughing into the mic. Alright, take it from the top. Like you said, Aidan, wind turbine, boom, new season, new Doctor, new
not
director.
Yet.
What?
You missed the crashing TARDIS.
Oh, is that how it starts? Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's the first scene. 50th is off to a good start,
great
lads.
Start. Sorry, you confused me because you said the whole wind turbine thing a second ago. Okay, yeah, it starts with the TARDIS flying through. It's like just traveling over London, going crazy. I love this opening when I was a kid. This is sick. Like the fucking TARDIS is going haywire. Somehow Matt's hanging out the I don't know how he got there, but
the green screen's shocking.
Yeah,
I do love that not the first
do?
shot, but one of them where it's like the TARDIS is empty, and then you sort of go out the door, see the doors are open, and then it like quickly tilts down, and you see him hanging, and he's like,
I don't know how he got there, but somehow he like sonics the TARDIS, and it like he flings back up. He nearly gets his dick chopped off by some fucking
by Big Ben.
I think it might be something like that.
It's Big Ben, yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
There's also...
We're like 10 seconds in, it's already like a dick joke. Look in the Moffat era.
Apparently, there's a lot of controversy about where his jacket went. He was wearing a jacket at the end of Time.
Of course he is.
Apparently, a lot of people are quite butthurt that he wasn't wearing his jacket. And there's a lot of mystery, and fans are mad that it's never been addressed.
Right.
I'm not kidding. I was reading about it today.
I actually do really like how... This is one of my points I was going to bring up. I really do like how he rocks... David's like completely damaged suit, because we never really saw that again. I mean Jodie did it, but I remember specifically like thinking how Pete literally wears Matt's for the opening scene, and then he passes out, and then he's just in a bed. Yeah, and they took the costume off him. Always thought it was interesting how he like never.
And Pete looked surprisingly good in it as well, didn't he?
He did,
in
yeah.
Matt's costume, yeah.
It would have been cool to see him in that. I remember thinking it was really cool to see him run around like David's costume. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. So he gets his dick chopped off. It's already a dick joke, which we love. We love that here. I know it's dun 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 dun.
Titles.
And
it looks different.
Yeah, I've never really loved these titles.
No, neither. They're okay.
Very cloudy.
I think surprisingly, Pete's titles are my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like them. I think they look cheap, and I don't know why.
Fair enough. All the clocks and shit.
Did you say cocks and shit?
Clocks.
Oh, okay. More dick jokes.
Are you Moffat writing a joke right now? Jesus. All the clocks and like, yeah.
The clock stuff's fine. It's more, I just think the space stuff at the end looks a bit naff.
Right.
7B is notoriously my favorite title sequence. Randomly. Yeah.
I've never really loved... I don't mind Jodie's actually, but I've never really loved... Good, yeah. Jodie's is very classic though. That's what I like about it. But I never really loved anything from season 4 onwards.
Yeah, series 4.
That's classic shit.
I think 7B is my favorite, and then series 4 is probably after that.
Is it 7B? Like the title always changes, doesn't it? It always has like a different.
No, that's 7A.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, 7B is like the pink one,
the kind of pinkish one.
Yeah, which I don't know. It just was different. The only thing I don't like is when the TARDIS, the shitty CGI TARDIS that looks horrendous, opens up into the episode.
We love that.
So bad.
God damn it.
So bad.
Yeah, it's not great. I don't like the title. I don't like the text either that they use. That kind of like hell big long ass text.
No, I like it.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. Oh, wait, for this episode?
Well, it's pretty much in all of Matt's. Well, especially seven. Especially 5 and 6.
Yeah. No, I'm not huge on that text. I thought you meant like the text in 7B. In the
no, yeah, it's like that kind of like it's like long ass, like the one over like coming soon trailers and all that.
Yeah,
never was a huge fan of that. But yeah, of course we open with the wind turbine. We have a little Amelia Pond praying to Santa.
Yeah, baby.
Made me giggle a lot when I was a kid. I was like, praying to Santa. I was a kid.
Amen, Santa.
I was like, hey, that's a great joke, Mom. Thank you. The crack in the wall gets set up, which of course it follows Matt's doctor all the way to the end, and it for some dumb reason it kind of felt like Moffat was going for something, and then he never really resolved it.
Yeah, don't tempt my dad with the crack in the wall though.
Oh, does he like it?
Series 5, he loves it. He loves all of Series 5.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah,
that
seriously. He watched it, and I don't remember him loving it at the time, but I think he rewatched maybe around when Pete started or something. It was a decent amount of time ago now. He rewatched like the whole revival so far.
What, just when he was at work?
Yeah, like quite often he would just like take stuff up to site and shit like that. And he like watched
definitely my favorite.
He watched Series 5, and he was just always like, the crack series is just so good. I just love how it all comes together at the end, which it does do really well from memory.
Interesting.
And just if you talk to him about anything Doctor Who, he'll be like, "Oh, it doesn't get better than the crack series, does it?" That's what he calls it.
Yeah,
the crack series.
Your parents are very similar to mine. They hate Peter. So
yeah, Dad didn't hate Peter.
Yeah, my mum really hates Peter. I know your mum hates Peter. Because I love your birthday. Your mum was like, "Can I come on an episode?" I was like, "Yeah," and let's give her a Peter Capaldi episode. And she was like, "No, I'm not going on that one." I was like, "Oh, classic." What is it with people hating on Pete? He's
I
the
don't
best.
know. He does have a lot of appreciation out there in the fans now, though, I think.
With the fans, it's good, but like, there's a lot of Matt Smith stands out there. Speaking of which, he flies out the sky. He lands.
Bang.
I've always liked this. I thought it was really cool. And it's such a cool, epic introduction where like the doors fly open, he throws like the
and the score builds, and it's like dun 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 dun
the one-handed dun, and he's like ugh, and he's like talking about apples. It's funny, cool dialogue. I like how he's like hungry because all I can think about is apples. And he mentioned the whole swimming pool thing, climbing up from the library.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I was in the library. Well, why are you wet?
Yeah,
I was in the swimming pool.
What? Said you're in the library.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's really it's funny. Like it's really cool dialogue. I think it's a really sick dynamic with the whole like little Amelia Pond thing in it.
Yeah,
that's very consistent throughout the whole series. Their relationship is always very precious. It sets up his whole regeneration thing very well. Matt instantly though. I think we have no idea how hard it must have been for him to take over from David.
He's great, man.
But he's so good.
He's like better than David in Christmas Invasion.
I agree.
He's fucking phenomenal. Like
he really is.
When he falls down, and he's on his knees, and they're like chatting, exchanging dialogue, and then he just like jumps up onto his feet, and that's just like in that moment you're like, okay, this guy's fucking weird.
Yeah,
he's the wackiest motherfucker to play the Doctor ever.
Yeah,
and then he walks.
I love that scene. I could not stop laughing. I was like watching it. I mean, I knew it was covered. It's like, don't ask stupid questions and don't wander off. And then he just walks into a tree. I love he's like steering's a bit off early days. It's really it's great dialogue, and Matt is just like
great.
Really
also,
kills it.
The shot of him on the floor upside down. That's like top down. It looked beautiful. Oh my god, the lighting. The like golden hue on one side, and then like the bluer hue doing a bit of fill on the other side was just.
It really
beautiful.
did look good.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was awesome. It was great.
Just I don't know what, like I know obviously the specials were in HD, but somehow this just looked like more HD. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
I think it's because it's colourful. Cause the specials are kind of shot in a similar way to the rest of RTD's era is, which obviously makes sense, but in a way it doesn't look bland, but it's just not bright. And then Moffat's era is just like fucking colours.
Yeah.
And it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think as well, like it was also like Moff and Matt really did a great job, and they knew there had to be someone different from David. They really did, and I think we can't praise Matt about talking about Steven and the fact that he did write a completely different character. And you're right, he is completely different, and it would have been easy for Matt to be like, oh, I'll be like David and they'll love me, and then like that would never have worked because people would have probably liked it at first and then gone, hang on a minute, he's trying to copy David. And I think he did the right thing and completely did his own spin on it. And you're right, he's consistent throughout the whole episode.
Yeah. I love as well how this episode it doesn't feel like any of Moffat's scripts before. Like there's elements that do. Like his episodes have always been maybe except Empty Child, Dr. Dance's very like fairy tale-esque in a way. Madame de Pompadour, that one, Girl in the Fireplace, is kind of has like a little bit of a fantasy vibe to it. As does elements of Forest of the Dead and Silence in the Library.
Yeah.
But he's also like, just I love that he brings kids into it. Like I just think that's just such a fun dynamic on the show. And just like it would be so good for kids watching it. Like,
well, everyone wanted to meet the Doctor when they were a kid.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
would have just loved the idea.
Just the box falling out of the sky.
That would have just been like that would have been goals, man.
And obviously, like he does that with Empty Child, Dr. Dances. It's very kid centric, and Girl in the Fireplace has elements of that as well as Forest of the Dead, Silence in the Library. Yeah, with Cal. So that's like a very
that's really good thing you picked up on.
Yeah.
I also picked up on little things like he mentioned. He says like, you've had some cowboys in here, which has been mentioned a few times in these episodes.
Some cowboys in here.
Yeah, so there's little things like that where you're like, similar traits, but I love the food scene. It's really funny. It's really well shot.
It's got a lot of energy.
The chemistry between them both is really, really, really fun. The bad beans and all that, and it's actually really shot fun. Like, and he's like spitting yogurt everywhere. He's throwing the bread outside. I love how they added a cat sound effect.
Yeah, and stay out,
and stay out. Yeah, perfect. Like really fun. Fish fingers and custard. Are you a fan?
That's where it all started, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Am I a fan of the food or the concept?
It sounds disgusting. I really, for the first time last night, I was like, that sounds really gross.
That is horrendous. But I think it's like a funny thing for in the show. Like I like it as an ongoing gag.
I've never tried it personally. I remember there used to be like a bit of a trend, like when the Doctor Who community was like, we'll try it, but then oh god. But what kind of grossed me out the most is that he just takes them out the fridge. Like they're not even, they're not even defrosted. They're not even cooked.
I didn't even think
gross,
of that. Hey,
disgusted. But hey, we'll probably have to try it on the show one day. I'll force you.
Yeah.
It sounds disgusting though. But fuck yeah, it's funny. I like how he mentions how I remember when I was watching first, I was like, where the hell are like her parents? Like, why have they not come down yet? And I don't think they say her parents are dead, but it's how they allude to, and they say like my aunt, but she's out at the moment. And I like how she's like, I'm not scared. He's like, of course not. Man falls out of the sky, eats fish custard. Look at you just sitting there. Yeah. It's like really good dialogue.
Yeah. One thing that does immediately, and I don't think there's room for it in the episode. I think it's fine, but it's sort of like when you look back at it in comparison to how Davies was running the show, it's very it's interesting that there is you don't meet the aunt. You don't Moffat never really has a focus on building the worlds around building the character's sort of original world, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's really good at taking these characters on like crazy journeys, but he never really sets up like a big supporting cast like Jackie and Mickey and all that.
Interesting, hey?
Oh, the only time he really tries it from memory is with Danny Pink, and that didn't go too well, did it?
Well, there's also Artie and...
Oh, fuck, no. No.
What's her fucking name? God's sake.
They were all right in the first one, but when they got a whole episode, it was just...
They're only in like 3, I think.
Yeah, and one of them is just like the end scene, isn't it?
I think they're briefly in Name of the Doctor.
Are they?
I think so. I think they're briefly in it. For like a second.
I love 7B.
You just love Artie and wherever the fuck.
That's why I love it. That is why I love it.
Oh.
No. Oh, dude. I can't wait till we get there. That's going to be... I'm going to struggle to do it weekly. Because I just love it. I just can't wait till the Bells of St. John because...
Jesus Christ.
I was talking about it with Vinny on Twitter the other day, and I just fucking adore that episode. It's so shit. It's so bad.
Really
But
bad.
it's so fun, man. And it looks good. And
I get it. I get what you mean.
the
though.
banter's great. Performances are great.
I just love Jenna.
It's the start of the 50th. Jenna's great, yeah.
Yeah, I love Jenna.
And it's just like, it really is my go-to episode for like, when I'm kind of feeling a bit blue.
Well, that was Vinny's question. I put Runaway Bride.
Yeah, I remember you
put
saying that
Bells.
to me once. Yeah.
Yeah, you asked me on the show what's your go-to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
And I think
same as why you like Bells. Yeah.
I've had a couple of mental hiccups recently, and I've just been wanting to like
Aw.
throw on Bells,
Aidan.
and I can't
Hope you're okay.
because this fucking show, Connor. No, it's all right. That's why I watched the 11th Hour twice. Yeah, I watched this episode twice.
I just finished it today. I watched it like half last night.
Well, a big thing for me is when watching movies and TV shows for the first time, or when I'm trying to give it like a proper critical analysis, is I like to watch it in one sitting, because if not, you don't really get a proper gist of pacing.
I know. I really wanted to, but I kind of just left everything to. And I started TAFE today, and like I had to go to bed, and like I'm a fake fan.
You're a fake fan.
Before I forget though, I might be wrong here because it's been so long since I've watched it, but I think you do briefly see Amy's aunt in Big Bang.
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, she's
at the
start.
wedding. Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's at the start.
Yeah.
I wasn't even referring to that. I was thinking she was at the wedding.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, you don't see her until then, which is interesting. Yeah. Well,
Kinda
that's the thing.
forgot about all that.
Amy even mentions in the episode. She's like, I had 4 psychiatrists, and you actually get to see one in the Big Bang. What the fuck's the first part called? Pandora opens. Yeah, but at the beginning of Big Bang, you get to see a therapist.
I see. I don't even remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fun. Oh yeah, you do, don't you?
Count on me to remember the therapist.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, okay.
There's a crack in the wall, baby.
There's a crack in the wall.
It must be a very scary crack in the wall, Aim.
I love that Moffat, he takes things that scared him. His things are based off of real fears, the stuff that he does. Like, the Weeping Angel was like a statue in his back garden when he was a kid or something like that.
Right.
And the wooden creatures from Dr. Wood in the Wardrobe, he had a bad dream about them one time.
Sorry, I'm not meaning to laugh when you're talking about it. I just kept thinking about that. Moffat put on Instagram his Weeping Angel and Russell just ripping into him. It's just your headlines from back in the day.
I love their social media. It's so funny. If you don't follow Russell and Moffat on Instagram, you so should, because their banter is hilarious with each other.
Yeah.
They're just best mates, and I love it.
Yeah, you're right though. He really does. Does Wi-Fi scare you, Aidan? Because he...
Oh, baby.
Yeah, it does.
Well, apparently, his inspiration for this was a crack in the wall of his son, in a crack on the wall of his son's bedroom. So that was his inspiration.
Lewis Moffat.
Is that his name?
I follow him on Twitter, yeah.
Mr. Young Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, he literally is, yeah.
That's him, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's really good though. I think it's a great setup, and it's really intriguing. And almost like just quite unsettling. There's a great line where he's like, you could take down this wall and the crack would still be there. I think that's a great line. And I love how he's like, there's a glass of water on the side. And he just like empties it by throwing it.
I don't. Yeah,
it's so funny.
He does do that, doesn't he?
Little things like that Matt does. It's just like, and it's so like, it's not cheesy or like try hardy. Like he's just so fluent.
I wonder if like some of that's Matt. And then like some of it's the script and some of it's just Matt. Like they like move this cup of water, and he's like, okay, and he'll just do that.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's great. And he puts the cup up against the thing, and you can hear Prisoner Zero has escaped, which is cool. Prisoner Zero is a bit of a meme, but I like him.
Yeah, it's just a little CGI, little slithery boy, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like this weird, like I don't know, worm or slug. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really care, but
I feel like the CGI in this episode, it wasn't bad. The green screen at the start in the TARDIS was horrendous. But the actual CGI, I don't think it was bad, but it just felt weird. It just didn't blend in the same way that
do
it
you not
has
like
in the past.
giant eyeballs looking at you?
I love giant balls.
I love how they return in Pandora Opens. You briefly see their shit with the fucking massive eyeball.
What are the Atraxi? The Galactic Police is the answer, but isn't that the...
Isn't that Jadoon? Yeah.
The Jadoon are police for hire. So maybe the Atraxi are above them. But then, like, how can the police just be a ship with an eyeball? Like, is there people in the ship? I don't know.
Other huge eyeballs that just walk around with hands and feet.
Why is the TARDIS on the stained glass windows in the church?
Oh,
That's what I want to know.
I was giggling today listening to that. I was like, yeah, I don't have the answers to all these fucking questions. Honestly, I don't know. Like they don't. Yeah, you're right though. They don't. To be fair, like they don't really get any like anything later on. They're in that. They're briefly. Their ship is briefly shown, and that's from memory. That might not even be true. I think I remember from memory from the.
I like the name.
The Atraxi.
Atraxi. It's a good name.
At least it's not like Russell being like.
There's
two Smiths. There's two Smiths. Yeah. There's two Jones. These characters all interacting with each other.
At least it's not like Chibnall, because they'll be called like the Atrasicolical Bunch.
True, you'd be like, bruh, how do you even say this? It just makes me laugh though. That, like, you know, if you were like an aspiring like filmmaker and you were writing a script and you were writing like the same last name, I'd be like, what the fuck are you thinking? That's so stupid. But then Russell's like Mickey Smith, Sarah Jane Smith, Yanto Jones, fucking
so silly.
Martha Jones, yeah.
Our favourite companion so far. We don't know yet.
Yeah, me too.
What happens now? Oh, now he just fucks off, doesn't he? The Doctor, he goes back to the TARDIS.
Yeah, so TARDIS is like, you know, it's going a bit haywire. Jumps back in. Says to be back in 5 minutes. Trust me on the Doctor.
Never before, just to cut you off there, Connor. Never before have I actually picked up on the tie-in to the Angels Take Manhattan. Because I always thought, you know, Angel Takes Manhattan, Amy leaves a note and he's like, go see young Amelia and tell her that you'll be back in a few years and all that. I always thought that was like a little cop-out of an ending where I was like, that didn't happen. Like, we didn't see that. He's just throwing that in now.
I don't think we did.
Amelia, yeah, she sits there and you hear the TARDIS and she looks up. And it's the shot from Angels Take Manhattan. But then, like, you just hear, like, one hum of, like, a quick... And then it cuts.
Oh.
It cuts to inside the house, and you see the little shadow run past, which I have behind the scenes on what that actually is.
That is a bit creepy, actually.
It's very creepy. It reminded me of the Master running in front of the fire at the end of time.
Only one episode ago. Crumbs. I love that. Yeah, he comes back out. I love how like there's no TARDIS interior when he walks out the TARDIS. It's just like a load of fucking smoke.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool because it's kind of like it's changing and stuff. You never get to see that interior again until later on. Obviously, it's a new interior. And he runs into the house. I like the shot. It's just it's a cricket bat heading towards the camera and it just hits Matt and he just like gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Could have caused some serious brain injury, but that's fine.
Could do.
Who cares?
It's
Doctor. Yeah, she knew that. I love how she's. I didn't know a kissogram was a thing. Is that
Is it a thing? I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I don't know. Hey Google. What's a kissogram?
Oh dear.
This is the definition of kissogram. A novelty greeting or message delivered by a person who accompanies it with a kiss, prearranged as a humorous surprise for the recipient.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Yeah, but
he might as well have just said stripper.
Yeah, but like that can't really be a thing. What about mono and stuff?
What do you mean mono?
Mono is like it's like a disease. A disease, not really. It's like an infection you get from mostly kissing. But you can't imagine going to a party and then like, you know, like smooching along with like a girl, and then then she goes to you, and then it goes to your mate. Is that what happens? Is that a thing that happens?
Have you never heard of anyone, a male or female, just having sex with multiple people in one night? You
mean like an orgy?
No, I didn't mean like an orgy, but I guess technically yes, an orgy would also be a...
But that's not what that is. Sure, that's just like I was thinking too much into this. I was like, is that really a thing?
You didn't think to Google it?
I think Google's a bit too used to my search history. That's
a bit tame for Connor's search history.
Yeah, this shit would not have been... It's like, what the hell's going on here, mate? Jesus.
You're like... Was it Dave? Is that what he's called?
Yes. Yeah, literally. Is it like Jeff? Get a girlfriend, Jeff.
Get a girlfriend, Jeff. Delete your search history.
I love that, like... She's wearing the police outfit, but later on that woman's like, weren't you a nurse before?
That's funny.
It's funny. I like it.
Yeah. So the Doc and Amy, they're just sat by the radiator, just hanging out.
Yeah, and then she goes in the room to get the Sonic. The perception filter has gone off because the doctor tells her about it. And
I like that. They have that shot they use a few times with the close by the eyes as they turn. That's cool.
Pretty classic shot.
Yeah.
She goes in, Prisoner Zero, slithers down from the...
Slithery boy.
I like how she moves one way and it goes that way, and then she goes the other way and it goes that way.
Yeah.
She gets the Sonic off it. I love how she's like, what did it roll onto the door and then jump up onto the table? It's creepy.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. It's really well directed. And then a man and his doggo comes out. It's a bit silly.
Every man and the dog.
So it's people who are like coma patients, and we're gonna meet Rory and stuff after Darville. It's a load of coma patients. Olivia Colman's there. This is the third Oscar winner. I don't know if Andrew Garfield's got Oscar winner, but he's the third. It's the third like huge actor that's been in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because Olivia Colman's in it now, so the character's kind of shit, but she's in it.
She's just there. What a waste. What a waste.
There. And yeah, and then they run out the house because Prisoner Zero has escaped.
He has escaped, to be fair.
They go running down, what's it called? Ledworth?
Ledworth, yeah.
I was born in a place called Nebworth, so I always was like, that's groovy.
Well, the scene when they run away from the house is cool, because obviously Amy was lying, and she was like...
I'm a kissogram.
Well, she'd said, like, this guy knows something about Amelia Pond, and you think, like, oh, what's that about?
Yeah.
And then as they run away from the house, I don't know, it was like a cool shot, and the music like picks up, and it's like dun 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 dun, and like she like grabs him, and he's like ah, and she's like ah, and they're just yelling, I don't know, and he's like the shed, and then he runs to the shed, and she's like, what the fuck do you want the shed for? And he's like, it was old last time. No, I broke it, and this one's old. And then you get your first little hint.
Yes.
Maybe.
Very smart.
Maybe there's something else going on here.
Why did you say 5 minutes?
Yeah, you go.
That's a great line.
That is great.
Really well delivered. I love Karen. She's great. She's very attractive, just quietly.
Yes.
Oh
Facts.
my God, she's so beautiful.
Just spit in the
God
facts.
damn.
Today, Connor. That's what you're doing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, baby.
I like how the ice cream bloke later should be playing No Claire Did Alone. And everyone's going Prisoner Zero, and then you go into like Jeff's grandmother's place. And it's like, I love how it's like, I've seen you before. To the doctor, he's like, no, new face, and he kind of like pulls back his face. He's like, He's like,
he does these weird things.
He's trying to like show her his like face structure. But I think that's so cool that the doctor had such a huge impact by landing once for an hour or so, and then he left and then came back for him, which was 5 minutes. But he impacted someone's life that much that now the entire neighborhood, the entire Ledworth know him just from that one little visit, and he impacted someone's life so much that everyone knows, and everyone knows who he is.
Totally.
I love that. I think that's awesome.
I love how it's a testament to how he's written, and I think this does keep up throughout his era. How like polite and just his shift when he's talking to the old lady is. Yeah. And he's just like kind of flirty with her, and just really doesn't she come back in the seventh one, Amy's Choice?
I don't think that's her, but I know who you're talking about. Maybe.
I swear it's her. I swear it's her.
But it's set years in the future, isn't it?
Amy's Choice?
And it's set,
No, that's Hungry Earth that you're thinking of. That was set last year.
Oh, maybe.
Amy's Choice is not even present day, technically, because it's all in the dream world.
I think they've moved to another place in another countryside, so I think it can't be. But I know. Yeah. I know who you're talking about, but it's not her.
I hope it's her. I hope you're wrong. We'll find out in about a month.
And then Jeff walks in. I like the doctor like eyes him up and down. They're like following each other's like faces and stuff.
Yeah, that's funny. It's just these small things, and that must have been Adam Smith probably. And that's just a cool bit of direction.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like, and it's really fun. It's energetic. It really keeps your attention.
So energetic.
Like crossing through all the TV stations and stuff, and you know, it's just everything is like Prisoner Zero's escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing a what is it? We're doing a survey on faulty TV units in this area.
Yeah.
And also crimes.
Yeah, that's great. I also like as well, like he uses the Sonic and the busted up Sonic, which doesn't last much longer, sadly. But he's like going for the radio, and it's like in all different languages as well, which is groovy. So the duck pond with no ducks, this is a metaphor, and it comes back a few times. There's a duck pond with no ducks in it. But how do you know if it's a duck pond and there's no ducks in it, Aidan?
Well, what else would it be, Connor? Why else? Is it just a big puddle?
It's a pond, isn't it?
It's an Amy pond.
It's an Amy pond, yeah.
Is that the point?
I don't know. I don't know what Moffat was going for. It does get mentioned one more time though. A duck pond. Why is there a duck pond with no ducks? I like how he says there's a post office and it's sharp. That's a fun line.
Yeah, that is fun. And then the sun goes wibbly.
Yeah, and there's a beautiful scene where Amy's like, seriously though, who are you? She's like kind of questioning herself, but he gets out the apple and he's like, it's the same one.
Oh, that's a goof. I'm going to do this goof here.
Okay.
Instead of later.
Okay.
Goof of the week, baby. So yeah, I'm just going to do one of my quick ones because I have quite a few. I'll do this one here. So obviously, episode starts. He's like, I want an apple. Give me an apple. Then a few scenes later, he has an apple. Doesn't like it. Spits it out.
Yeah.
Then a few scenes later, Amelia shows the doctor this apple with the face on it. The doctor then goes, I'll save it for later, implying that he would eat it later.
Okay.
But he doesn't like apples, and we just found that out in the scene before that.
Don't you think maybe he's just trying to save a little girl's feelings? Because she says,
well, wouldn't he just be like, have this precious apple back that you drew a face on?
No, but remember she says, she's like, my mum used to do faces on apples.
Yeah, but she wasn't...
If a little child said that to you, would you go, fuck off, man, I just said I don't like apples. What's wrong with you?
Well, she wasn't giving it to him to eat, though.
Oh, really?
No, because she'd given him an apple, which he spat out.
Oh, now he's like, I'll keep for later.
Yeah, now he's just like, I'll keep it for later. She was just showing him the face on the apple. So it's even more traumatizing to him to be like, I'll just fucking steal your apple then.
Maybe he knew that
maybe
the TARDIS engines were failing and he might have to use that later.
There's an argument there, but then there's also an argument
though we're just
with
how
very much the doctor didn't realize that it had been 10 years, 20
That's
12
very
years.
that's very true.
He was very unaware of this.
Moffat, are we better than you?
I think so.
Yes.
That's such a tiny plot hole, and I was really chuffed when I picked it up.
Wow, you've really actually dug into this on there.
That's right. That's
I
me.
do still think
Hashtag
it's just...
Aidan for showrunner.
I do still think that he's just trying to save a little girl's feelings personally. But...
Well, some of us... I was just telling Connor a story about how I made the little girl very sad the other day.
Yeah, how old was she? 16 or something like that?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Christ.
No,
crumbs.
she was sad in kind of in a banter way, I think. I don't know.
That would hurt my feelings if someone I looked up to said, "You shit, mate."
I didn't say you shit, mate.
Very much said
Basically
that.
said you talk too much.
Says the guy who runs a fucking podcast.
That's true. I talk way too much.
Poor girl. Poor girl Aidan's
cool.
work.
We're real. We're cool.
She could listen to this and cry even more.
Maybe. Rip.
Do they know you're on a podcast?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't really talk about it much in places I don't want people to know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go to TAFE and go, hey guys.
Hey manly men.
Did you guys watch Doctor Who? And they're all like drug dealers and they pretty much are. So like they're all like drug dealers and like hard as nails, no pun intended. You know, they don't. The security at my local pulled me over the other day. He's like, what's your podcast? I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because it's so weird talking about Doctor Who one because I'm like, your nan probably watches it. And maybe a few nerdy people that you know. We're pretty cool Doctor Who fans, I'd say.
I think we are.
We drink beer.
I think this is a very, like, I don't know, like, we chat shit on this show. We're not just sat there like... Well, in saying that, I did just deliver a big speech about the continuity of how the Doctor likes...
That's fine, though.
But we're not, like... On this, in exactly 12 minutes and 39 seconds, the Doctor...
In episode 249, yeah.
Wow.
Well, there's this girl I follow on Twitter, I think her name's Chloe, and she... I
think I've seen her stuff, yeah.
She's just like... She's like really just funny with Doctor Who. She's always like calling River a MILF and stuff. And
yeah.
She's like us. She's like... It's like...
More of that, thanks.
Yeah, just kind of out there, and I think that's great. We need that more in the Doctor Who community because the Doctor Who community is so like it's so PC and like they can't say anything wrong. Yeah, and it has to be right,
which has its pros and its cons. But
yeah,
I like just having a laugh about this program. This silly little program.
Do you watch any other ones? I don't know because I can't really say this when I haven't really done my research. But I think what makes our show just a little bit different is that we are just we say fuck and drink beer. Like, is there other ones that do that?
I don't know. Not that I'd listen to. Although I know there is a podcast out there called Fuck Yeah Doctor Who. I don't think they upload regularly though or anything. So I'm not sure.
Right.
I don't know, Connor. But maybe
that's our edge.
Maybe our edge is also our curse. Because maybe people are like, oh, who are these self-entitled bastards just having a laugh and swearing about Doctor Who?
Okay, so that's true as well. And I'm a bit I don't know. I feel like our target audience is everyone who's on TARDIS posting, who loves the show. They can have a laugh of it. There's so many people out there who just, you can't even make a joke these days on Twitter about people going, "How dare you? You don't love the show." It's like, you can. I literally remember this one time, someone on TARDIS posted like a joke where they bought like season 10 or something. I think it was season 10, and then like the clip was like a 3-second clip. He got it out the packaging, and then he just threw it in the bin. It was a joke, okay, for TARDIS posting, but it circled around Twitter, and people were taking it very seriously, like, disgusting, how dare they? And I commented, I was like, like, personally, I'm a part of this group. It was a joke. Why would you buy the Blu-ray?
Just to throw it out.
Just to throw it out.
He obviously would have got it and picked it up afterwards. It's like Dylan today sent us a video of him throwing glass into the toilet.
He's done that quite a few times. Yeah.
And that's fine. It was a good gag.
Though. Like, it's a bit of fun. Like, people are just they're very particular about the show. They're like, you can't say that. Yeah,
some people have a lot of fun for it.
But to be honest, I feel like the people who watch our show, who we know, like everyone, like Vinny and Dylan and Dan and I'm forgetting people, Shane and all that. They seem like really cool people who don't take every single little joke. I'm sure we say some things that they disagree with, and maybe a joke that's a bit too far. Like Dylan hated us for ripping into Time Lord Victorious. So I mean, clearly he was a bit upset about that, but at least he didn't completely go like and try and ruin our show. It was pretty civilized,
Like, and
it was a fair comment. I think
it actually was like so valid, and once I finished the box set of Big Finish that I'm on at the moment, which I'm loving, I might dive into a little TLV, a little Time Lord Victorious.
I did re-listen to it, and I was like, okay, I can kind of see actually where he was coming from with that.
Yeah,
but yeah, all I'll say is it is hard to run a show. I think sometimes we forget people actually listen to it.
Yeah, no, I think that's sort of the point. Is if we're just out here chatting shit about something that people have spent money making and stuff.
I get it.
It is an issue. No, like I know, like our audience isn't big enough to at all interfere with their funds, really. But there's always the potential that what if an episode like that just like blew up or something, and then everyone was like, "Yeah, fuck Time Lord Victorious, boycott Time Lord Victorious."
Yeah, we'd never be like that. I feel like we've cut all ties that we could ever have with the BBC, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's a bit concerning, isn't it? Well, maybe Aidan for showrunner will never happen.
Yeah, but maybe I don't even think we'll have those little things that, like, Crispy's kind of like hooked up with the BBC and stuff. I don't think that will ever happen for us.
Yeah, maybe not.
They're like those hooligans in Australia. They probably ride dirt bikes to the shops, and
that's us.
They think it's Mad Max out here. Eat kangaroos every night and fight koalas on our way to our shacks to fall asleep after drinking ourselves to sleep with Forex Gold. And
I thought about emailing Rachel Solele's agent today.
Yeah,
I looked her
up,
and I just thought, but her agent is so just gonna like just listen to an episode of our show and be like,
losers.
Nope.
I know, but I feel like as well you also need to like build a bit, which I'm really focusing on at the moment, is building an Instagram audience. We hit over 50 on the weekend, which is great. We even had Josh follow us, which was awesome.
Yeah, Josh.
We send our love to you, Josh.
You're the man, Josh.
Yeah, he's great. I want to start experimenting with live streams once we hit 100 followers. I don't want to go live and just Dylan rock up, which is realistically that's what's going to happen, even when we have 100.
Oh, I love that, man.
But yeah, I want to try and get like 100 followers and try and experiment with some live streaming and live streaming Instagram live. You get what I mean? But yeah, once we get a bit more of an audience in there, but like I saw a big blue box. Is that what it's called? Big blue box. Podcast. Yeah. They seem to have some cool people on.
Yeah, they don't have too many guests.
Yeah, but I saw a few. It would be nice to have some people on either way.
Yeah.
I think some people would just be happy to go on just because they know the show, and even if it's not massive, they'll be like, but we can respect the fact that it's a good show that you guys care about. But
surely, yeah, I don't know who we'd get on.
Rachel,
we can dream.
Where were we? Harper out these days?
Where were we? Yeah, legit.
Rory Williams.
Sorry, I just had a memory of the tweet-alongs with Graham Harper trying to use Twitter for it.
I remember
God
that.
knows how he'd be with Zoom. Oh my god.
I remember that.
Anyways, Rory Williams got introduced, didn't he?
He's here, baby. Yeah, he's taking pictures of his patients.
Do you know his badge says 1990? That's a mistake. It's a little goof.
Okay, this was set in 2010.
Yeah.
So
But his badge has the wrong date on it.
so he'd be 20 years old.
No, his badge is like it's like the current year or something like that, and it says 1990.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
it's a little
okay.
error, little mistake.
Oh god, what are you doing over there?
Yeah, bloody hell, BBC, you got one job. I'm gonna go urinate.
Okay,
Um,
that's all right.
I might just cut this bit out.
I can
This
talk
time.
if you want.
I don't know.
Did you hear me talk last time?
I did.
Did you like
That's
it?
why I don't want you to do it again. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god!
No, I just wasn't sure about.
You literally
No,
said.
I just wasn't sure about whether or not me saying I'm gonna go have a piss should stay in the show, basically. But you know what? It's fucking gonna stay in the show now.
You literally said talk about something behind you.
Okay,
so-
well now, Connor, talk about something in my
Now
office.
now I can look at something behind me
There you go.
and talk about that. Oh, you've got one of those. You got one of those electronic Daleks.
Yeah, it's not that little either. It's pretty big.
Yeah, so-
you don't hear me piss because I'm just gonna go outside.
I used to have one of those. My parents surprised me once. I came home from school one day and they got me it, and I started crying because of how much I was so excited about it. And I remember my cousin came over one time and he accidentally stood in it and broke it. And my parents were so mad because it was like £60, which is like 120 Australian dollars, 120 US, give or take. It's a lot of money just to randomly buy your child something. So thank you, mum and dad. But my cousin literally came over and he like stepped on it. He didn't mean to, but it was heartbreaking. And needless to say, my parents never really bought me anything huge after that. It's good to see Aidan still in one piece. That does not surprise me. Aidan clearly didn't have a cousin that came over and stood on his Dalek. It used to be so sick. I remember being blown away by how the eye stalk was like an LED blue light. It was like really sick. Those were the days. I wish I could go home and play with an electric Dalek. I want to just. That sounds like a way to wind down after a long day of work. Just playing with your robotic Dalek.
That's what I like to do. Actually, sorry. I wash my hands in the pool. Don't worry. Well,
The pool.
yeah.
It's like salt water, isn't it? Chlorine, salt.
Well, it's either that or I walk in here with pee-pee hands.
I wouldn't even like it.
Not that there's pee-pee on my hands, but I just know you're a bit of a clean freak, so I was like, better not.
Yeah, but you know, it's better just not to know, I guess.
Oh, sorry, I've
Thanks,
ruined that
Aidan.
for you.
That's
No, I was going
alright.
to say with that Dalek.
Yeah.
I was having an editing sesh with someone on the music video we're working on in the office, and my mouse died. With these bloody, look at the dumbest design on these mouses. The charging port for the mouse,
Oh yeah, it's on. You have
It's-
to flip it, don't
it's
you?
it's
Yeah.
face down, so
Yeah.
you can't use the mouse whilst it's charging.
That's just
So
fantastic.
we had to put it on charge for half an hour, and the way I killed time was by activating all three of my little robots on there.
I love it.
I controlled my Dalek, my R2D2, and my BB-8, and it was a lot of fun.
The greatest standoff in the history of the world.
It's the gang.
Hell
It's
yeah.
the gang.
Speaking of things blowing up, the Sonic
Sonic.
blows up.
Yeah.
So that's it. RIP to the OG Sonic.
Rip.
I like how it's kind of used, and then it had a good final shift.
It did.
Oh god, it had its final. Good luck finding that. Aidan just lost something from his mic. I love how like a classic red phone box blows up, which is cool.
Yeah, I feel like that was like a fuck you. We're never doing this because
Yeah.
everyone was like chatting shit. They were like, oh, I bet they're remodeling everything.
Yeah,
Give us a
everyone-
red phone box.
Yeah, I remember seeing stuff like that, and they're like, "Fuck you, you're right." There's like a fire truck that suddenly goes like going off by itself, and the firemen are running after it, which is so funny, by the way. Oh my god, your beer's going everywhere again. What happened this time? Oh my god, you can't even drink a beer these days without it going everywhere. Everything's fucking flying everywhere. I was gonna be like, what the hell is happening?
Things just got a little wild.
It's like, wow, baby.
Things just got a little wild. Yeah. No, I was laughing because the lady on the scooter thing.
It's funny, to be fair. Oh my god.
That's so silly.
Yeah, so the doctor takes the fire engine, and then Rory and Amy run off into his little Mini Cooper, I believe it is.
Yeah, that's very Rory as well.
It is
I
very
thought that
Rory.
when we saw the Mini Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They rock up to the hospital, and Olivia Colman's there with like 2 kids, and what do you think about that kind of stuff? I didn't really care for it. I mean, she's a great actress, obviously, as we know, but I didn't really care for it. It was kind of silly.
The role didn't really demand for her to show any form of range, did it?
Yeah, it almost felt like it was written, and it was also like direction-wise given her to be like quite like, oh, hello, yes,
yeah, quite
and
mundane.
She gets the mouths mixed up, and then she's like, oh, well, silly me.
It's
like, okay.
So many mouths. Lol. I laughed really hard at the complete lack of extras outside of this hospital. So they like evacuate the hospital, and then whenever it shows an exterior shot of the hospital, there's literally about 10 to 12 extras. And I'm like, you kidding me? This is the fucking hospital of this town, and there's literally, like 12 people in it.
There's no one in like the halls or anything.
So silly.
It's that's very noticeable. But his name Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff. He runs into Jeff's bedroom. Jeff is presumably looking at porn. This is dick jokes, porn jokes.
It's just Mothman.
Browser history jokes. Delete your browser history.
That's great. Yeah, I love how he walks in and he like goes to the laptop and he's like, no, just a minute. And he, Jeff,
Get a
girlfriend, Jeff.
All right, you know what? Stop single shaming Doctor. All right, we're not always lucky as you. You know.
Yeah. He's not had a love interest for years.
He's got other interests.
I know he's got River now, but
it's true.
Rip.
Bruh.
Shit.
The Singing Towers.
That's a big sad, isn't it? I'm keen because I never really Husbands of River Song was an episode I never really gravitated towards, but I've seen some stills recently, and it's made me think it's really good. And Dylan talks very highly of it, and a lot of people do these days. And also, when I was listening to Diary of River Song, I was just like, have I missed something about Husbands of River Song? Just because River's really good. And then I watched a clip of it, and I just thought, you know what? That looked pretty great. It was the scene of the Doctor revealing he was the Doctor to River.
That is a great scene.
It's a great scene, and it just seems so colourful in a unique way.
Yeah.
Like, not in the fantasy way that all of Series 5 looks. It was like a Christmassy colourful that we haven't seen before.
The last couple of minutes is fantastic.
Yeah.
Very, very heartbreaking as well.
I love that song. When they finally released the Series 9 soundtrack, that was great.
Yeah. Season 10 still yet to be released. Thanks, Murray. Thanks, BBC.
Jeez.
So, like, we'll just forget that happened.
Thanks for giving us 10 plus years of amazing music.
Yeah, and then just not to finish it off. It's so weird.
No, I think it's one of those things where in a few years they'll be like,
and here it is.
Here it is. For $400, you can have the Series 10
and
soundtrack.
Aidan's like, sold. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
I'm also waiting for, and I bet it's going to happen, them to start releasing the soundtracks on vinyl.
Oh, surely. That'd be sick.
Obviously they did Series 1 and 2, and then that 50th one and the Christmas Carol one.
That'd be sick, though.
There's also, like, they've been releasing a bunch of classic series soundtracks on vinyl. Like, they do a couple of them a year.
Right.
And so I reckon once they're finished off, because they love rebranding shit. Like, they're doing the steel books.
Well, like.
They're doing all these steel books.
Yeah.
There's no way in the next few years they're not going to start doing limited edition vinyls from Series 3 onwards, or they'll redo the Series 1 and 2
It would sell so well. Like,
it would. I'd be there, man.
I'd be there.
Get around it all.
Yeah, I was listening to
11?
Season 3 today, the specials today. And on the way home, I listened to Majestic Tale of Madman and Bots when I was driving home, and I felt like Matt Smith in the TARDIS flying. It was awesome. It's such a fucking great song.
For me, that's best used at the end of Kill the Moon, when they're shooting all the silence. That epic scene.
You should kill us all on sight.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm so keen for that shit. You should kill us all on sight. Yeah. Then he doesn't like that one. Doesn't like it.
Oh yeah, I did hear her say that. Yeah, because she gave it like a 2-star, didn't she? Something like that.
Well,
interesting.
No words.
She's lost all chances of coming on.
She has.
I'm going on their podcast. Actually, I'm reviewing Jaws.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
I'm sure if you ask, you can
thanks.
go on.
Nah, I'm just offended now.
Well, we don't attach at the hip. We don't have to go on everything together.
No, I don't have to come on with you.
If you ask, she'll say yes. She's
Yeah,
been wanting to come on here for ages. I feel really bad. Everyone, they keep asking us to come on. We're like, yeah, next season. And then we just completely forget.
It's not that we forget. I remember. I'm like, oh.
I don't. I don't
have time to organise this.
It's just hard as well with like all the different time zones and stuff.
We went to get Dylan on for Victory. So maybe we can somehow...
Are we getting Dylan on for Victory?
I think so.
Shit. It'd be so weird to talk to him like... I haven't spoken to him like one-on-one.
Yeah, that'd be whack, wouldn't it?
That'd be pretty whack. Be
That'd
cool though.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I think it's always cool to get a new guest on because it's very like I like finding about how
Can we
people
replace
got
Dan
into
with
the
someone?
show. We can get rid of Dan. It feels good. We've not had a guest on the show in ages because
it's been Zay was our last, wasn't it?
yeah, with Sites in the Library and all that.
Yeah, we had 2 in a row and then that was it.
Yeah. Nicole, my girlfriend today, she was like,
Is she coming on?
well, she was like, oh, can I come over tonight? And I was like, I'm doing a podcast with Connor. No. No, I wasn't.
You're just like, but regardlessly, no.
I was like, you can come over after, or like during, but we'll be down in the office. And she was like, oh, can I just come on the show? And I was like, you have to watch an episode to come on the show,
It's
Nick.
true.
That's my rule.
That is the rule, yeah.
And she was like, that's fine. And I was like, all right, well, we'll do it. And she was like, yeah, tonight though? And I was like, no, it's our 50th. You can't
50th.
tonight. It's me and the boy. Me and that boy.
Thanks, that boy.
So there we go. That's
the
right.
boys. Yeah, literally. I think we should have people on.
Yeah.
We should have Nicole. That'd be fun.
Especially, I think it would be very silly with Nick because
it'd be fun.
she'd just be like, she'd probably leave halfway through, I reckon. But
For real?
Yeah, I reckon she'd just be like, what the fuck am I talking about? Like,
I'm out.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've kind of wanted to have someone on who is like not a fan of the show and it's just randomly watch an episode and just. I think my friend Dave wants to do that, but I'll probably do a similar thing I did with Mitchell and do the classic like 10-minute one-on-one interview with him.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. Yeah, we'll have people. I've never been on a podcast, so
Interesting. Like on a guest one. Yeah.
I've recorded like 150 plus,
Interesting.
but I've never been on one.
Well, Vinny, all I'm saying is if you need someone to talk about Whiplash or The Last Jedi,
It has to be
or
classic. So
La
Last
La
Jedi's
Land.
not one. So.
Oh, does it have to be? Has to be
Yeah, it
an
has to be
old
like
film?
cult classic. Yeah.
All right,
that's what the
Jurassic
whole podcast
Park.
is about.
That's a
do-
classic of mine.
Well, I can't. What am I saying? I can't speak for her. I'm like,
Yeah.
you could do that one. Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks,
Nah.
Vinny. I'll see you next Saturday when we record our Jurassic Park review.
I requested Jaws because it's my favorite Spielberg movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and also, you know, we're from Australia, mate, and we get great white sharks.
It's It's very American. The movie is.
Yeah, but we literally get great whites like in our oceans just down the road.
I know. Like half the population of WA dies a year because of them.
I think it's more than half. People do actually die though, so I was like, well, you know, we got great white sharks. Why not?
Yeah.
Isn't it called Bruce and Jaws? Isn't
Bruce
the nickname for it? Brucey, yeah. So.
Well, yeah, Jurassic Park was always my favourite film as a child until very recently.
That'd be a good
So
one to go on then.
if you ever need someone to chat shit about some dino boys, that's me. And by that, I mean dinosaurs on a spaceship. Let's
Jesus, can't wait to revisit that.
talk about the story about those t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? That's a little teaser of in about 20 episodes time or something.
If there's one thing I could change in my past, it'd be that.
Oh no, that joke will hit a lot harder in.
I think
in
we've
about
said.
2
I
weeks
think we
when
have
you've heard it.
said before, but
No,
yeah.
we haven't. We meant
really?
to, and we said no. Let's save it for the episode.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, that's a great story.
So there's a bit of a story about dinos on a spaceship about me and
That's a
Connor.
great story.
That's what I'm most excited for about this era. Is that this is when we became friends, and this is when we really started to make memories about who. Like, obviously, we both have spoken. Mainly you, because my memory's shocking. About like where we were when we watched it, but most of the time it's just been like sat at home watching it with my parents and stuff like that. Whereas this is like, you know, we saw 50th together, we saw Deep Breath together.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit like that will just be like
7B was when it's probably why you like it so much as well. 7B is when it was the first season we actually watched where we were both watching it at the same time.
Yeah, when we not that when we were watching it as friends.
As friends, we were kind of watching 7A.
Yeah, but I don't remember talking to you.
But we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
I think I didn't catch up with you at school for a while to talk about it, but I think after the show wrapped up, we had a quick chat.
Yeah.
But then we became friends, and that's when 7B started airing, and we could talk about it every week.
Maybe that is the reason, because that probably was when I started like talking about the show more, because I always loved it, and maybe I talked to my parents about it and stuff, but I don't think. But
it was such a magical time for the show as well. It was like the 50th, like,
and it just feels magical in this way, and not in the way that Series 5 feels fantasy. It just like every episode just felt kind of special. I don't know why. Even though they're not a lot of them aren't that great. But I love Smith's costume.
It was just a special time in life, and that's when we all started becoming friends, like Dan and all that joined the group, and I joined the group, and
that's a lot of fun. Yeah,
I feel like that's when, like, you know, that's our childhood right there.
Yeah, our childhood in 8 episodes.
Easier times.
Lovely. We've riffed a lot about random things in this episode. We got a lot to still go through.
The doctor flies through the window.
Bang!
It's pretty stupid, but it's fucking funny.
I love it. I think it's great
It's
when he
great,
climbs the
though.
ladder and he just
It's
just goes
fucking
in.
dumb, but I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walks in the window. He's set Jeff up. Jeff. He's set Jiffy Jeff up at home. He stopped watching porn for a second, and he's talking to a load of government officials to stop the count and stop the clock.
Yeah, baby.
And that word is 0.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
it's
dun,
great.
dun,
It's
dun,
actually
dun,
really
dun,
sick.
dun, 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 dun,
Who the
dun,
man?
dun, dun, dun.
Who the man? Oh, I'm never doing that again. The phone full of all the photos of all the coma patients that Prisoner Zero has been taken the form of. Do you like Matt finding his new costume? It was just spare clothes from Rory's hospital.
Yeah, that's cool. That's how I think John Pertwee got his clothes as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Matt gets
Little
naked
throwback.
and Karen
That's
doesn't
very
look
funny.
away.
Hold on, we're missing the whole climax here. Because there's the whole Amy faints and Prisoner Zero becomes Matt, and then you're like, how? And then it's actually Amy because dreaming.
I do love how Matt's sort of like, that's rubbish. Who's that?
Yeah, that's funny.
That's a great line.
That's I think the first time that the Doctor sees himself for the first time, it's not a mirror. I think I read that.
Oh, cool.
Which that's funny. Matt is his line delivery of like the jokes.
Well, that's rubbish.
It's
Who's
just
that?
great.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it was great. And Rory's like, how do you not know that is just you?
Yeah,
You can only do that in like a regeneration episode. Like, it's sick.
totally.
Yeah.
And then the Traxi come, and then they're like, "Fuck off, Traxi," and the Traxi fuck off, and then he's like, "Come back, Traxi,"
back,
and
baby.
they come back. Then Rory's like, "Did you just call back?"
We just beat them, and then you bring him back. Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, he gets bare ass naked, and Amy. I feel so sorry for Rory.
I know.
She's like, "That's it. I'm gonna watch this man strip naked. Doesn't even give a shit."
Fuck yeah.
And he's changing. I like how he brings up
See
like
his nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a look. I paused it.
He paused it. Yeah, I know he walks up into the roof and he's got all the different ties and bow ties and stuff, and he's like checking them all out. And he's like, "Oh, see the tracks." He's like, "What do you think of this car?"
No.
It's a classic. It's a great scene where he's like, "If you don't think this place is defended, then think again." And you see Cyberman smashing it. It's all just footage from previous episodes, and all the other doctors pop up, and he's like,
I'm the Doctor.
and it's like just a wide shot. It's really fun. It's really fun, and they just like, all right, we're gonna fuck off now, and they fly off into the sky.
Yeah,
They've got Prisoner Zero. I do like it's cool how the Prisoner Zero's last lines is like, science is gonna fool Doctor.
Yeah.
They mention the cracks and stuff and how they're like, it has nothing to do with them and it gets set up.
Olivia Colman's character says, I think she says like science will fall as well, and then she's like the Pandorica.
Yeah.
The Pandorica will open.
Yeah.
Silence will fall.
I do like how so it sets up season 5, but also sets up a bit of season 6, which is really cool.
I like how Moffat did seem to have like a bit of a plan. I kind of wish, and I think it gets a bit fucky at the end because but I don't know if that's down to Moffat not knowing where it was going, or if it came down to the fact that Smith didn't do the 4th season that they were originally going to do. Because like apparently that's what Time of the Doctor was. It was just like a season in one episode. It'd always be interesting to see what that would be.
Twice then you got like kind of like
fucky.
Yeah. But it does kind of, well, not even like, it doesn't even start like even season 6. It does set up like Matt's whole thing with the science and stuff.
Yeah,
I love the science. I think they didn't get executed very well, but I think their first episode is really cool.
Yeah, I think they're a really good creature.
Yeah, I think that's sick. It's such a cool idea as well.
I'm really keen for there's a big finish.
The
unit one that I listened to was really great. The first one was with Autons. The second one's like a new creature. And then, because they were like 4-part stories, so it's like 4 hours long. Because they're an hour each. And then the third one is the silence one.
Cool.
Which I'm really keen for because I really love these unit audios. They're really great.
Yeah.
And the silence, they're one of my favorite creatures, I think.
They're awesome.
They are really good.
So cool. They just one of them ran me rocked up in in what's called Resolution.
Yeah, they were there.
Revolution.
They? Yeah.
Who fucking cares anymore?
Revo.
Yeah, they just like ran me rocked up there, which is
Hanging
cool.
out. Yeah.
It'd be cool to see them again.
I think it would. They are cool. But yeah, something that I think Moffat learnt from. I remember, I think when Series 9 was doing press, and everyone was like, are you going to be back for series 10? Moffat was like, I don't know, man. I just take it 1 year at a time these days. And I think that's why...
He seems to, yeah.
I think that's why Moffat, Capaldi's era was just very like one series arc. And then there's the next series arc, which I think was fine because we'd had like Russell's, which was all leading to something, and then Matt's that was all leading to something. It was nice for Capaldi's just to kind of be like... Yeah. Just a bunch of different adventures.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's... Sorry. Go, gang. I think so too. The more I look back on it, there's no perfect like era for me. It's just enjoyable moments. I really thought I'd be enjoying like watching like David's era again, but it was far from perfect. But it's still some really fun stuff. I'm going to get out of every era. Like there's not going to be that era. Yeah. You go, oh, that's the one. Like but yeah. Matt gets the key. It's like it's ready to rot. New TARDIS. What do you got for me this time? He goes off.
I'm the Doctor picks up for the 6th time.
Murray's like, I'll only use it in this episode, I swear. Next minute. Ready to rock. It's such a great piece, though.
And then, is it like Amy's theme or something like that starts things? It's like...
Yeah, when he comes back. So he actually does come back. I love how you can see how cold it is. Like, you can literally see like their breath in the... Classic England, how fucking cold it gets. I always thought when the Doctor said hello sexy, I was like, oh, this is getting edgy. It's just Moffat being so horny. Yeah, Moff is like,
he's so horny, man. It's like
there's porn jokes, dick jokes, Christ on a bike, horny, and we're just getting started.
We are, baby.
I love how Amy is like it's so different to any other companion that's been asked to go. Like,
yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
It's so cool though.
Fancy a trip in the box.
I love that. I think that's so cool. It's so different. Yeah. I love how he's so convinced she'll come, but not with almost not the cockiness of David. Like it seems really sincere, and he just really likes her as a person. I think.
Yeah.
The TARDIS like shoots out a new fucking Sonic.
Yeah. Well, we got a new interior. Hold on. First thing before we get onto there. I think they really nailed Smith being like just this magic man, this madman with a box.
Oh god, yeah.
They just somehow hit it on the head.
Yeah.
And it's just so different to how the Doctor's been presented before, because it has always been the Doctor. He's kind of the leader of the group. He's whilst having different personality traits. This one for me just feels the most sort of like they didn't want him to just be like the classic hero. He now is like this weird, flawed. Not that he's not been flawed before, but just this weird, goofy guy. I know Patrick Troughton's quite similar to that. I've only watched Fury from the Deep of his, so that's just so weird. Not as a Doctor, I've only seen one story of.
Yeah. That's pretty much like me, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm pretty good because of all these collection sets, but
yeah,
it's also exciting though, because I really liked Fury from the Deep a lot. I thought Troughton was amazing in it.
Cool.
And that was all animated, and he still sold me.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that Matt is so good at being that, like, he was such a perfect casting choice. Like his eyes they seem like an old man's eyes in the best way. Like he really does in some amazing way carry the 900 was it 900? What did he say at the time? Was it 906 or something? 900 something like that. He's 900 plus regardlessly, but like he really carries that. You can it generally feels like he's actually someone who's got all that history in such a great way. And do you like the TARDIS?
I think it's great. I think it was shot shittily in this episode though.
You didn't like how it was shot?
Yeah, I it's a lovely design. I don't think I vibed it that much at the time until series 6, but
it was the exact same.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it and hating it when I was young. I was like, what is this monstrosity?
But I think like the lighting was weird. Like I think the shots were really grainy, which screams that it was underexposed.
Right.
And
I really picked up on that.
Yeah,
actually.
like
now to think of it, it was really grainy. Yeah.
We're in comparison to how good the rest of the episode looks.
Yeah.
But I think this is what I mean. I think it comes down to the lighting, because there was bits that were like blown out, where there was like overexposed, where there was like a harsh light reflecting on the console, and it was a big light. I don't know if at this point they'd quite figured out how to light this, because they did try and make it a bit dynamic. Like there's lots of shadows in some parts and there's brighter parts. And I think they couldn't quite get the balance right in these early episodes. Even though this was shot, I think like 5th. I think they shot 2 to 5 first, and then they shot this on.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think it looked great, but yeah, it does.
What was his first episode?
Great.
It's Flesh and Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Adam Smith's other episodes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Explains why he's so good in this. It'll be interesting to see if we do see maybe there's a couple of scenes in Flesh and Stone where maybe he's just easing in, but
doubt it though. He's so good.
Yeah, he's so good.
It really is a lovely ending scene. And he's like, come with me. I love that so much. He just mentions like, I've been knocking about with myself for a while. Now I want to be with someone. Like, you know, it's time to get myself earache. It's cool they mentioned how Tennant had his like emo phase where he was just kind of being like, I don't want to be with anyone, when clearly he did. Like, so I think that's really cool they mentioned that. And it really does capture that fairy tale vibe, I think. I'm still not used to it, and I think it's going to take me a while to get used to it. But like, it was quite jarring watching it after watching 4 seasons of Russell and David. Man. It was quite like, whoa! I was quite taken aback.
I agree. By the end of it, I was fine, but at the start, it was very like, shit. This is happening. Yeah.
But it really is a fun. I think it's my favorite. It's my favorite First Doctor episode.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It's really fun,
and definitely to me, I think it's the best premiere so far.
Yeah,
of the 5 seasons we've done.
It doesn't get everything right, but it gets a lot right.
It gets the majority of things right, I think. And yeah, that's a great last scene. I love. I remember watching behind the scenes. I don't know if it was for this episode or if it was like a respective, like looking back, retrospective kind of thing. But Karen being like, oh fuck, this shot, it's what we call the fish eye face, or the fish face or something, where she first looks into the TARDIS and they use like a really wide lens and her face looked kind of distorted in that first shot. There's a shot that's a reverse of that as well, and I think they have the same lens on, and Smith's face just looks fucking weird in it. Right. It's quite funny.
Yeah, I think you're right with the whole like new era. I heard as well it had a lot of a new production crew as well.
Yeah, it was like entirely new.
Yeah. So I'm sure they were all trying to like get their bearings. I think they did a pretty good job though.
They did.
My favorite TARDIS ever is Pete's.
Yeah, I think
so good.
I'm not sure which part I love the most because I really like it in 7B. And I'm not sure if I prefer it with the shelves in and the whiteboards.
Well, it's pretty much the same, except they added the chairs and the whiteboards and stuff. But they don't even use much after 8. But yeah, and then the tone is a lot more lighter. Yeah. Matt's was more like a kind of bluish, kind of green.
Oh, the center column's like a golden color with Pete,
yeah. So it's the same TARDIS, but with like a new lighting and like But yeah, Pete's is my favorite, and he's also my favorite Doctor, so it really helps. I think Pete really rocked working in that TARDIS.
Pete, I'm always just so keen for the next era. We're one episode into Matt.
I can't wait to see him in like Suicide Squad and stuff. I think it's fucking awesome that he's like going to be in shit like that. Like I just love him so much.
I'm going to love Suicide Squad. I just know I will because Pete's in it.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Regardless.
That's awesome. It's
unless he's only in like 3 scenes, then
I doubt it. I really, from what I've heard and what I've seen, he's like main cast. And I don't know if you saw, they released like character posters and they didn't do it for every character.
Yeah, but he got one, yeah.
Yeah, so, but his character from the comics is really big. I'm actually quite familiar with his character from the comics.
That's cool. It's like the Thinker or something.
The Thinker, yeah. Which is like, dude, the comic book comparison to Peter is like, it's like picture perfect. It was like such great casting.
I love as well how James Gunn.
Yeah, so weird.
He tweeted all the character posters, and then he was like, "Oh, and don't worry, Capaldi stands. Right, we've got you covered." And
I thought you were going to say someone said, because in the second trailer it starts with Pete doing a monologue.
Yeah,
and someone commented on Twitter like, "I can see James has been watching some Doctor Who."
Yes, I saw this.
And then he said, "I hadn't seen him in it."
He says, "I actually saw him from The Loop," which of all things, like surely. The thick of it. Like, The Loop it's fine, but it's the thick of it, you know?
It's the American classic.
Yeah. And Pete's like the only good part about The Loop, in my opinion.
I'm with you on that one. It's interesting, but I'm a big Pete Davidson fan. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know him.
But he's in
Nick really likes him.
Yeah, so I love Pete Davidson. I don't think they will be. But I want a scene with them two together, 2 Petes.
Be cool, yeah.
2 Petes. No, they're like my 2 favorite people that are going to be in it. But
Nick liked the shark. Nom nom.
Yes, King Shark. Yeah.
She really liked the shark.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
So I've convinced her to see the movie.
I can't wait.
I watched the trailer and she I purposely watched it with her next to me in the hopes that maybe she'd see it, and because she likes Margaret Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
because we watched Birds of Prey together.
Yeah.
And so she's keen, which is good because it's rare that we go to the movies, me and her, because we don't often agree on the same movies. Yeah. To be fair, I've been to the movies very rare since COVID.
The only movie
I think I'm going to see Lizard Monkey Mashup tomorrow.
Oh god. This is pretty pants.
Oh god.
But go see it. It's just fun, but you know us, we can't fucking switch our brains off.
Yeah, I know. I want to see Nobody. That's out now, I think.
Yeah, I want to see that as well.
Yeah.
The only film I ever watched with I watched two. The two films I ever watched with a girl that I was seeing was the first Fantastic Beasts and Rocket Man.
Oh god.
Yeah. I love Rocket Man though. I think that's a fuking great film. So that's great memories.
Yeah,
Fantastic Beasts
Rocket Man is great. Yeah, Fantastic Beasts can suck my nut, especially the second one. That's horrendous.
Never watched it.
Really?
Next. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so much worse. The first one is alright.
I've heard it's awful.
I don't hate the first one. I think it is a bit of fun. But I don't think it's great or anywhere near as good as the Harry Potters. But then the new one is just like,
J.K. Rowling scripts.
Honestly.
Just kidding.
I watched the additional scene that I got on the Blu-ray with this, which was just like an extended version of the ending, really.
Dot 2?
Of this episode, yeah.
Okay, I forgot we're talking about Dot 2. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right?
Who knew?
And it's just like, I mean, the Doctor just chatting in the TARDIS, and she's like, so she sort of like addresses the whole like, why is it a police box thing? And it's a lot of fun. The Doctor's like, oh, it's been like that since 1963. Winks at camera. Well, he doesn't do that, but he basically does. And then it ends with him being like, he like opens the doors and is like, look outside, and she goes, has a look, and then he pushes her out, and that's how it ends.
Oh, because that's how the next one starts.
Yeah.
She's out hovering. And
exactly.
Nothing
so
like pushing your guest out of your time machine.
That's what I love to do. So that's the 11th hour, baby.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say we didn't go too long this week, but we have. We got a lot to go through still. All right, let's go straight into Australia's favourite segment, everybody.
Let's do it.
It's time for Goof of the Week. I can't believe you brought your harmonica to my house. I didn't even pick up on that. You did it before and I didn't even pick up on it.
How could I not?
Also, sorry, side note, I just want to say I love that they introduced Arthur Darvill. Probably, I can imagine that Moffat wanted to bring him on fully next season, and I think they did a cool thing this season by like having him in like half the episodes.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Bit like a Mickey in a way. Like he's kind of in a few, and in season 2 he has a bigger role.
Well, he becomes bigger than Mickey, really, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we love Rory.
We love you. Did you have any goofs?
I've got one.
Yes.
So it's on the roof. You know when the Doctor gets his key out, it's like shining.
Yeah.
There's one shot of him reaching into his pocket.
I know this. Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Is it like you see in the wide? He goes to reach into his pocket,
and then he does it again,
and then it cuts to him, and he hasn't done it yet. Yeah, I saw that.
Aidan, look at us.
Little editing mistake.
That's what I've got.
Also, just before that, on the roof scene.
Yeah.
So, okay, a little bit of techie cam talk. And I know you know this stuff, Connor. With cameras, there's things like aperture, and aperture affects the depth of field, which is like the focus. So you know, like when there's not much focus in the background, like when everything kind of is in focus, is when the aperture is quite high. It's also to do with how much light you're letting into the camera and complicated things like that. So the aesthetic that everyone loves is having quite a shallow depth of field, which means there's a lot of stuff out of focus in the background. In order to do that, you need to minimize the amount of light going into the camera. So what they did on this roof scene, which is obviously a sunny day, was they put shade sails up. I didn't see any behind the scenes of this. It's just the only way that I can explain what happened.
Okay.
They put shade sails up so that in all the close-ups, they were in shade, so there wasn't as much light coming in, and so it looked nicer, right?
Yeah.
But then there is a wide shot. It's literally, he goes, I'm the Doctor. Hello, I'm the Doctor. Cuts to a wide shot. And then you can see that both Amy and Rory are under like a shade, and Smith is under a shade. Like if you look on the floor, you can see the shadow of these big shade sails on top of them.
Right.
Yeah, it's really obvious. I might show you actually after this show because it's really obvious.
I did not pick up on that, funny enough.
Yeah. That's not even on TARDIS Wiki. That's why I'm like, is it a bit weird? I don't know. I told you about my I don't like apples conspiracy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of editing things like
we picked up on that one, which is pretty big.
yeah, but there's a lot of that kind of thing like
Fair enough.
when like the reverse shot has like I know there's a bit with like when the sun goes wibbly and Smith like he gets the regeneration pain thing and he like falls down the dog pond and he's talking to Amy and when it's doing like the reverse shots over his shoulder to Amy, there's bits where like he's clearly talking and you can see his mouth moving, but he's not talking yet.
Of course, yeah.
There's a few of that kind of thing. There's another one I can think of as well in the scene where Amy puts the tie into the door, which is a great scene. Here's one that I thought of. It's also on TARDIS Wiki. Was that the Doctor's like, scan the Earth, show, see the history. Is this world protected or whatever? And then they are showing clips of all the monsters. Mm-hmm. The Cyberman stuff is from the parallel world.
Of course, shit.
They show the Hath, which isn't even from Earth.
Okay.
And there was one other one as well that the Ood, which is far in the future.
Okay, of course.
All that stuff kind of doesn't technically.
So
add
like
up.
continuity issue there.
Yeah. And then I just had this. There was one other one that I've forgotten, which is a shame. But then there was this other one that I just thought of earlier. How the fuck does Prisoner Zero know about the silence and the Pandorica? His last line, "Silence, Doctor." It's like, how? What? He's not connected to it in any way.
He's just been chilling in Amy's room for fucking 12 years.
I guess. I don't know.
He might have some free time surfing the net.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, some
Good
more
point.
moves here from TARDIS Wiki.
Yeah.
There was a lot, but I just picked out a couple. During the final scene inside the TARDIS, we see close-ups of the Doctor's hands turning 3 joysticks and typing on the typewriter. You can clearly see that his tweed jacket has mysteriously changed pattern, becoming the pattern that is not shown again until Victory of the Daleks. So he's got a different jacket.
tweed jacket.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Like, I know in season 6 he gets a different one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there was 2 different ones in series 5. When Amy enters the TARDIS, the rear bottom panel can just be seen, destroying the illusion of the TARDIS not actually being bigger on the inside. So I think that's the exterior shots. You see the floor of the TARDIS, I think.
Right, okay.
The CGI shots of the TARDIS flying through London at the start.
Mm-hmm. Your favourite?
They have... It's modelled as the old TARDIS, but it has the St. John's Ambulance sign on it.
The little okay.
Yeah. So that's funny. So move on to Australia's second favourite segment, Connor.
Let's do it.
It's time for Behind the Scenes. So, there are 4 official BBC edits of this episode.
What?
Crazy, right?
Why?
It's really silly. It's really weird.
Okay.
So there's obviously the original broadcast one. Mm-hmm. Then there's the edit, which is seen on the complete 5th series DVD and Blu-ray.
That's one that you saw.
Well.
What?
It's whack, man.
Is this the Schneider cut? Release the
so
Smith cut?
This edit is on the complete series 5 DVD and Blu-ray set released in 2010. So just the standalone Blu-ray for that.
Right.
This is notable for using the BBC Worldwide logo over the opening shot of the TARDIS flying over London.
Okay.
As opposed to the standard BBC logo. This edit contains a number of changes, including the removal of the thunder lighting sound effects in the opening titles.
Okay.
And the addition of a fire effect surrounding the TARDIS after the Doctor Who logo appears in the opening titles. Both are unique to both unique to this edit of this specific episode. So it's only in this episode that they did this stuff for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
The third edit of this episode is oh wait, hold on. No, this is more about that first, the second edit. The episode ends with the merchandise version of the new Doctor Who logo flying towards the screen before the closing titles.
Okay.
With the Series 5 trailer cut completely. So, the one that I saw, for some reason, even though it's the complete same set is just the complete Series 5 set, because I got mine in the complete Series 1 to 7 box set, they did was they added back the DW logo into the title sequence, because apparently they got rid of that in the other version. And then there is another version, as always, from BBC America. They made a 60-minute version, including ads, so it probably would have been 45 minutes, and this is a 62-minute episode. for BBC
Including
America.
ads. That's odd.
Totally cuts out the Silence Will Fall part from Prisoner Zero.
What?
And it's been used ever since on BBC America.
Shit.
Yeah, crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah, four cuts, and it's mainly the title sequence that changes, which is
That is
bizarre. And
bizarre.
weird. So yeah, I didn't get the Series 5 trailer when I watched it at the end.
Did you not?
No,
I did.
it was so tragic.
What?
Was it the same one that I'd sent you, or was it a different
no,
one?
No, it was different.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to go and look for that
It
because
was a lot longer as well. It was
I
a lot
was
longer than I remember.
really excited for it,
Yeah,
and then it just
I
wasn't
did get
there.
it.
Yeah,
Because I watched on a streaming service called Stan here in Australia.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the original broadcast one. Is
Must
on
have
there.
been, yeah.
Okay, a bunch more behind the scenes to get through here. So the opening scene was actually its own shoot. It wasn't a part of filming the 11th Hour. It was a pickup shoot. So it wasn't in the script for 11th Hour. They just shot it, and they were like a few months past filming other episodes, and they were like, you know what? We should do this at the start of the episode. So they did it. It was a different director. It was just, completely different.
Crazy.
Yeah. During the InVision DVD commentary for the episode, Stephen Moffat says that the Doctor is the type of person who would jump off of a tall building, then work out what to do about it on the way down, which is exactly what Heaven Sent is. When Capaldi jumps out the windows and he flies into the that's so awesome. Oh my god,
I love that.
Wow. Apparently, Russell T Davies said that Moffat had told him back in January 2008 that he had just started writing the 11th Hour. So that was before even Series 4 had started airing.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It
We
kind
love
of
stuff
explains
like
why
that.
it's such a solid episode, you know?
Yeah.
So apparently, one clothing retailer reported that in the month following the airing of this episode, in which the Doctor declared that bow ties are cool, its bow tie sales increased by 94%.
Do you remember I had that as a question once?
Was
we
it?
did the questions, the fucking quiz we did.
I thought it
that
rang a bell.
caused me anxiety every week.
Yeah,
I said bow tie sales increased by 74%, true or false, and you said true.
94%.
94, sorry, yeah.
Which is a lot. That's like almost double. This fact is just like a bit trivia. I included just because it's kind of funny.
This is the running guy. I need to know what this is.
Huh?
This is the running person.
The running person.
Didn't you say you knew a fact about that?
The running person.
I swear you said that.
I don't know what you're talking about the running person.
You know when it cuts to the thing, you see someone walk past the camera?
Oh,
You
where
said
is
you
that?
had something about
yeah,
that.
That is. Yeah, I've got it, but that's not
Okay.
what this is. Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
Okay. This episode airs the same day as the K9 episode, The Corvin, was first broadcast on Disney XD in Britain.
Oh, we love
It
that.
also aired the same day that Regeneration, another K9 episode, was first broadcast on Network 10 in Australia.
We love that.
We love that.
We
Shout out
stand
to
the K9
Australia.
show.
Yeah, boy. Never watched it properly.
Not yet.
I watched a bit of one episode once. That was it. The episode might be referenced to the adventure game called The 11th Hour, in which an alien spacecraft crashes at the backyard of a house, and the protagonist must stop the interplanetary destruction with the help of the alien. So it's basically copied the plot of a game. This episode has
Classic Moffat.
classic Moff. The original title for this episode was The Doctor Returns. Ironically, the return of Dr. Mysterio means the return of Doctor Who.
Yep.
Like I said earlier, Moffat was inspired by a crack in his son's bedroom and developed the idea as the main story arc for the 5th series. And now here I have just like a list of things that kind of changed throughout the episode. So while Amelia waits for the Doctor in the garden, the camera returns to our house where something, presumably Prisoner Zero, darts past the camera. It is actually Smith in footage intended for the finale, The Big Bang. But when it did not fit into the episode, It was recycled here.
Cool.
Originally, the scene where the Doctor confirms that he is the man she remembers by showing her the apple she gave him that day was cut. Sorry, I've read that really badly. Originally, the scene where the Doctor confirms that he is the man she remembers by showing her the apple she gave him that day was cut due to pacing issues, and that the fact had been established in a previous scene.
Okay.
But they brought it back in.
Yeah.
And got rid of the previous scene
Yeah.
where the apple was referenced.
Yes.
So I think just because the car scene's so good, I think they wanted to keep it. There's also a lens flare in that scene we didn't talk about.
Oh God, we love those.
I don't know if I like it or don't. It's kind of cool, but it's just a bit like...
It's definitely different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to the rain, the scene where the Doctor tries to gain the Atrax's attention with a sonic screwdriver had to be simplified. Adam Smith based the style of the confrontation on a Western film, which I did pick up on, because there's a cool shot from below the waist of the Sonic by the Doctor's side, and then it reverses to Prisoner Zero with the chain to the dog, which is like the classic like guns in holsters kind of thing. Yeah, I picked up on that. I thought that was cool.
Awesome.
That's it. That's the 11th hour, baby.
That's it.
Wow, whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow, wow, wee.
And that's episode 50.
Yeah.
We got to do our ratings.
What about the just Twitter tanks?
Oh shit! I almost forgot about that.
Just Twitter.
On our 50th episode.
Tweets.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Australia's third favourite segment. It's just Twitter.
Tanks.
Let's get up our Twitters,
Aidan's
folks.
third favourite segment that he forgot about.
Huh? What?
Aidan's third favourite segment that he forgot about.
Oh, I did forget about it, didn't I?
That's
Oh
all right.
well. That's alright. Shit happens, you know.
Life moves on. Alright, we're getting them up now, folks.
Gotta say, because I posted about it twice, because I didn't get many this time, but I posted about it twice, and the GIF that I used on the second time I posted it, I thought was hilarious.
I did like it.
Because it was, you know, it was the 11th Doctor in the 11th hour,
Yeah.
grabbing Rory saying, "Tell me now," in reference to the reviews. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Obviously, we got Dylan, done, because he's got an exclamation mark at the end of his name. We got Dylan here giving his review as usual. He says, "It's my favorite series opener and favorite post-regeneration story. I have so much nostalgia for this episode. Endless quotables throughout. Matt Smith is great, and he really manages to balance the silly with the seriousness. I had a huge crush on Amy Pond as a kid, and let's be honest here, Rory too. Prisoner Zero is a great starter villain, and the final speech from the Doctor gets me so hyped. 8 out of 10.
Love it.
Prisoner Zero, he's alright. Like,
He's fine.
He's fine, that's the thing. So maybe, I think that's all you need for this episode. You don't need a big bad, so Dylan's probably right there. But still, maybe was left a little wanting. I think because the Atraxia are so underdeveloped as well, maybe.
It's not how it goes.
I also have Vinny here saying, simply, mint. It's a great episode. It's not my favourite post-regeneration story, but I think it's probably the best, isn't it? Although it's a shame that Olivia Colman played such a small role, and just the name of the episode is Chef's Kiss. So true. I think it does a good job in really establishing that this is a completely new and different era of the show, whilst Matt proves to the audience that he is the Doctor. Damn freaking right. Vinny got that in like an hour or 2 hours ago, so she got it in just in time for us to record.
I've only got one too, apart from a few other things I need to briefly mention.
11th hour, I would have thought there would be more.
Is it all downhill from here, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. We're losing our community.
Okay, this is from Jacob Hine, our new fan.
That's lovely.
He said, "This is the best Doctor introduction for not only Matt but also Moffat's era. As a kid, I wasn't happy with David leaving at the time, and he was my first Doctor, but watching this episode, I completely forgot about him until his face appears near the end. Just shows what a great job Matt does, slotted in perfectly into the role. Totally agree. He didn't give a rating, but yeah, I totally agree.
Yes. I'm glad you were reading off your phone then, because I just spilt beer all over.
I kind of saw something in the corner of my eye, but I didn't say anything.
Filter.
I've got a few things to quickly read out.
Yep.
One I forgot to mention from literally weeks ago. I put out this poll saying, since we've only got 2 episodes of David Tennant left, is David the best Doctor? 5 people voted no, which was my friend Mitchell, you, Aidan, Jacob Hine, Dylan, and myself. Yes was Xavier, Ash from my local, Shane, Vinny, and Janine. So that's one thing I need to read out. The second last thing I need to read out is this. I put up a poll saying, what's the best Doctor debut episode, Christmas Invasion or 11th Hour, which we just reviewed. We got 5 votes for 11th Hour from Daniel, Jacob Hine, Dylan, yourself, and myself. Christmas Invasion got 2 votes from Shane and Xavier.
There you go.
Quickly, we're starting this new segment. All you need to do, Aidan, is say if you are in or out. This actually was a lot bigger than I thought. I didn't think people were actually really going to mess with this, but they did. So I'm going to quickly read out what people said. ask people to pitch us their show ideas. And you can say if you were in or out. I thought maybe once every blue moon I would bring in this segment where
I like it.
Oh,
what do you call? Yeah, we don't have to rush it too. We don't have to.
Cool,
we're on a time crunch. We're once again.
I just feel really
an
bad.
hour and 45 minutes into this episode.
People please
stop.
Literally, I was listening.
Well, it is a new segment, so
yes. So
let's. What do you call it? Doctor's Den.
I call it Doctor's Den.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Australia's 5th favorite segment. It's
time.
It's time for. You can say it, Connor. It's
Doctor's Den.
Banging.
So the first one I got was hire. This is from Xavier. It says hire all the Whovian internet pundits.
Wait, what did you say? What's Doctor's Den about?
Oh, Doctor's Den is pretty much. I'm gonna put out maybe every like 5 episodes or so. I don't want to rush it because I couldn't think of what I'm going to ask next, but basically it's like a Dragon's Den ripoff where you guys write in and give us an answer to the question that I give you. This time it was, what would you pitch for if you were the new showrunner, what would you pitch the show to be?
Lovely.
And Aidan and I say if we're in or out.
Lovely. And hashtag Aidan for showrunner.
That gets mentioned.
That
gets mentioned.
Lovely, that's fun. I get the last word, alright? That's how this works. I'm the king. Look at me in my throne, sitting here just looking at Connor like he's scum.
You can, okay, so I'm not going to reply to that. So we got our first one from Xavier. He says, hi, all the Whovian internet pundits, let them go wild. I'm out on that shit. I don't want to see that. I think.
No, I think it would be bad.
That sounds like an awful idea.
I don't think any of us know what we're doing.
God, no. Aidan said, hashtag Aidan for showrunner. Dylan wants a segment called that. Sure, that's what we call this segment. Not even what I was going for with this whole thing.
Hashtag Aidan for showrunner.
We got from Shane, keep it how it is, but add a segment for quote of the week from the episode that week. Oh, I don't even know. Wait, what? I don't even know what that means. That's from Shane.
Does Shane think that we're talking about...
Oh, he must think I was trying to say, what should we do for the show?
Oh. Sorry,
okay.
Shane.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I haven't read these, so this is the first one I'm reading. All right, Vinny says, I would rebuild and go back to telling the story from the perspective of the companion.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm out, but...
Yeah, I'm out.
Sorry, I feel so
Sorry,
mean.
Vinny.
Aidan's lovely girlfriend put, fuck Aidan for showrunner, make me the showrunner. I'm in. Just fuck you. I'm in. What are you, Aidan? Choose your words very carefully here.
Is that why?
She said that.
She keeps going, have I been mentioned on the show yet?
Yeah, sorry.
Have I been mentioned on the show? Week. So I think that's why she keeps saying that.
Yeah.
I'm going to call her after this and be like, you little dog.
Sorry, we were meant to read these last week. We had such a huge show. Yeah. I'm going to read Dylan's last because he actually DM'd me a pitch because for some reason you can't reply to these Instagram things a lot. Okay, my fucking friend Mitchell sent 3 in, and I know it's just me a massive piss take. He said, I would take things back to the way they used to be and try to revive the older era where it doesn't seem like they are making up new rules as they go, and I would try and raise the show back to its peak and then just stop it forever. I'm out, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Nah, man, that's
pretty funny, actually. I hadn't read those.
That's a dank fucking meme, man.
Fucking Mitch, he's such a twat. Alright, and then finally we got Dylan's here. You know Dylan, he always gives 110%. Mm-hmm. So, fucking hell, he wrote so much. Oh my god. Okay. Here's my pitch for who. I'll give you the short version so I don't go on a date. This is the short version? Jesus. Companion named Milo Jackson, who is gay from the mid...
Companion names?
I know, this is crazy.
I love it.
Companion named Milo Jackson, who is gay from the mid-90s. At the end of season 1, he is partly converted into a Cyberman and has to deal with the insecurities of being part Cyberman, leaving to love himself again by the end of season 2. That kind of sounds like what they do with Cyborg. I think Dylan's getting inspired by that. Another companion called Monica Redheart, who is from an alien planet in the far, far future. She's a soldier who finds out that she has been fighting a war that doesn't actually exist, and this crushes her. She joins the Doctor and Milo on their travels and becomes her own independent person. The Doctor would be an alien, maybe the most alien we've seen them before. She would be like a Tom Baker or Season 8 Capaldi in the way she attaches to humans emotionally, and by That, I mean, she doesn't really understand them, but she still loves her companions. 8 episodes per season, and with a 2-part Christmas special / New Year's Day special. Here's some episodes that could feature in a future series. Adventure World. We have an Adventure World here. That's what our theme park's called in Perth.
Yeah, it's lovely. Our one attraction.
It's literally called Adventure World. It says the Doctor and Mara arrive at the biggest theme park in the universe, Adventure World. Well, it's not that big, I can tell you.
It's also called Nightmare in Silver.
Yeah, there you go. But when they get there, they discover the park is run by a small family Savine. That's sick. The Doctor's complex. There's a man going around claiming he's really the Doctor. Who is he really? He'll be played by Chris Marshall, because I think he could be fine to have Chris Marshall play a version of the Doctor who actually isn't the Doctor. And finally, I'll have an episode that starts with the Doctor's dead and the universe is being completely destroyed. And as the episode goes on, we find out what happened through flashbacks and flash forwards. Imagine Pulp Fiction, but for Doctor, that's my idea. I think that's fucking awesome. I'd be in for that.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
I'm in, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I think that's the only one I actually agree with, apart from fuck Aidan for showrunner. I'm not trying to be mean to anyone else, but...
No, but that was good. And I mean, it was well thought out.
That was really
something
well
that
thought
Dylan's done well, which, in my race to be... #Aidan for showrunner. I've maybe not quite...
And me.
I've maybe not done quite as much on... Is think about individual episodes. I've been very, series arc focused in my mind and what each series arc's going to be. All right, well... Going on with this, I'll reveal part of my.
And I will let you know if I am in or out.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
that's a bit scary now, isn't it? All right.
I'll be nice.
Okay. Well, there's lots of things. Where should I start? Where should I start with this week's one? I've spoken about how I want to do a series of alternate history and how I want to bring back Omega. I think that's the only 2 big things I've revealed on the show, isn't it? Of my grand master plan. Okay, here's something cool, and I think you will like this actually.
Okay.
Every series I want to do a special episode in the series, and it's not meant to feel special. Like, it's not like a big bombastic episode. It'll just be like, I think like episode 8 or 9
like a future
of each series
type thing.
No.
Okay.
An episode, and each of these episodes is just so different to the rest of it. I'm trying to think of a show that maybe you've seen.
BoJack always does like an episode like that where they do like a bit of an out of the blue episode. Free Churro.
Free Churro, I remember.
There's like the water episode.
Yeah, okay. The water one's a good example because there's one of these type of episodes I do will be similar to that.
Yeah.
But
Fish Out of Water.
Basically, Mr. Robot does a lot of these where they're like very stylized episodes.
Like that intro episode they did with the classic 90s intro.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So basically, for the first 2 series, what I have in mind is in the first series to do an 80s style episode of Doctor Who.
That'd be sick.
So it's like, it's shot, 4:3, kind of studio format, studio lighting.
Baby.
You got like an old school style. I thought of this way before WandaVision. I want to say this has been like 3 or 4 years I've thought. I know.
You'll be doing it and they're like, oh, WandaVision did that.
And yeah, so like it's going to look like an old school 80s episode of Who, which I think would be cool. And the second one that I would do would be like kind of a haunted house one, where it is like a haunted house, but it's shot in like black and white. Looks like it was shot on film, kind of like Psycho.
Okay.
That kind of like old school. So the episodes are like stylized in a way like the era, but also just in a way that will really enhance the experience and make it kind of stand out. Like it'll be a proper genre style episode. I think doing one, and they kind of did this with Time of Angels, but not very well. It would be like a film noir one, like set in like gangster New York, like where you have like that kind of lots of blacks, whites, reds, lots of shadow, lots of smoke and backlighting, cringy voiceovers of like, and I went to the door and opened the door. Right, well, not that shit, but just like stylizing things, doing an episode, I think, where it's like, this is going to sound exactly just like 42, and I've not thought about this episode at all. It's just something that I was like, oh, maybe cool, that would be awesome. We'll be doing one where maybe a ship is... Okay, let's just copy 42 exactly for this example. But
it is a classic.
The sun is... The spaceship's falling into the sun, and they've got 45 minutes to stop it. But the entire thing happens in real time as a one-shot.
That'd be awesome.
So doing like a one-shot episode.
That'd be really cool.
I think would be really cool.
Like a Birdman almost.
#Aidan for showrunner. All I'm saying.
Do you know what? Because I love you, man. I'm in.
You're in. There we go. Once a series, you get a lovely, lovely special episode.
Well, the deal is you'll have me on to write a episode each season.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, please. Like
you can write a minisode.
What? I had such a cool Cyberman idea, man. Like a common.
What's your cool Cyberman idea? I've given all my ideas.
I don't know if I really want to say actually, but no, I'm joking. I'm not. It's not that important. This is what I was gonna. This is what I was gonna write for Dylan when he hit me up to do a audio adventure. I probably still will if he wants me to.
I'd love to do
I
that
literally would take it very seriously, but I want to do an episode. I think I couldn't do this though because he actually wanted to write a season final with the Cyberman in it. But it's almost like it's a sign of the dark, almost, but for Cybermen. And it's all the Cybermen that went wrong, and they actually can still feel their emotions. They can still feel
that's cool, yeah.
They're like humans, but actually still Cybermen. And it's set like they throw them off on like a junk planet, which is like an abandoned like a old school kind of like campground. Like, you know, you see those like it's like when kids used to in America go to all those like fort camps and they have like all those like wooden cabins and stuff. It's like an abandoned planet like that, and all the Cybermen are like, they're all like there, but they have to like live as a society. But it's very eerie. Cool. It would definitely be like a Rachel Talalay styled like
World Enough and Time vibes.
Oh yeah. Like I would like. I think it'd be very disturbing to see like a Cyberman like sleeping in a bed. Like it would be really creepy. I think, and like I have always planned artwork where like they would be like scraping markings on the wall and like writing stuff.
Yeah.
They were like completely insane, but they had to live. And the Cyberman just left them. I would do that. It sounds a bit dark, but that's the idea I came up with.
Yeah.
When I went on a year 8 camp once, I came up with that idea.
That's sick.
I was like, I want to do that one day. So Dylan, hit me up. I'll do that.
Yeah, I was actually, I think today I was thinking about this. How like if we do get like a bit more of a following and there will be more of an audience for us to do this kind of thing. I'd love to even lead one of these things and do like
that'd be awesome.
Do a series,
come in and do audio recordings and stuff.
Yeah, just do like 3 or 4 episodes of series because they'll take a lot of work to do.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so
awesome.
cool. Do our like own independent like Big Finish.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that'd be sick.
People do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
and it'd just be cool to like just write for who, even if it is just our thing. Yeah, it'd be cool.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah,
that's the goal, man.
Yeah, baby.
If you want to see that, let us know.
Let us know if you want to see #Aidan for showrunner and Connor as an episode writer or just a minisode writer. We'll see. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that no one wants that. They want to see.
No, to be fair, that does sound really cool. So
thank you.
I'd be for that.
Thank you.
Might just steal that for myself for when I become showrunner.
If it happens, I'll be really happy for you. It'd be so funny if you did, and there was like a whole podcast series of you randomly throughout your life saying
it would be
I am the showrunner.
It'd be really shit, and people would just grab my soundbite like they do for Chibnall when he reviews.
It could have been better.
Oh, that's so funny.
I reckon the best place for you would be like what you just said then with that whole independent media type thing. I think that would really suit. Ow. We have to find someone really good for the Doctor, but apart from that, I reckon we could actually do something really
where do we
cool.
even start for that kind of thing?
Probably like probably the same place I don't even know. Probably what's it called? Star fucking shit.
Star now,
do you still use that?
That's just how I use free actors. I'm kidding. That sounds so bad.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
No, it's like a mutual thing, to be honed, where it's like people know you're starting out, so they're like
they scratch you about you scratch theirs.
Yeah, totally. And I've got 2 actors that I use and abuse all the time now from it. No, but they're like good mates.
That doesn't surprise me at all. You want this guy to showrunner, folks? Disgusting. You said use and abuse.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm joking. I know you don't use and abuse. Where's my cameo?
No comment. Where's
hey
your
guys.
Cameo? Hey guys.
Hey.
It's Connor the vlogger.
Do you know me? I'm not a vlogger anymore. Fuck you.
It's Connor the podcaster. All right, Connor. What is your rating for the 11th hour? We're coming in at almost 2 hours, so let's do it.
I actually really like it. I think it's such a great episode for Matt to get introduced to. Steven's brilliant, and so is Karen and Amy. Karen and Amy. So Karen and Arthur. God's sake. I think the villain's pretty weak, and they wasted Olivia Colman, but I think it's really great. So, it's a really fun episode. It's definitely a different tone. It's going to take me a while to get used to it, but like I said to you, it definitely has more pluses than negatives, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a real solid start to Matt's era.
Awesome. I'm glad you really liked it.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it was amazing. For me, what stands out is it's got an energy like no other episode. Like, it's just like fire. You know, like you thought Partners in Crime was energetic. Oh boy, just wait till this fucking episode, man. It's like so much energy.
Yeah.
In a good way, not like dreamland where
Dream
it was
shite.
just like an acid trip, like I always say.
Yeah.
Yeah, dream. I can't think
Crap.
of anything else to say. Yeah, awesome episode, so much fun. Fucked with it big time. 8.5 out of 10 for Uncle Aidan.
Wow.
Yeah, 8.5.
Beast Below next week. So
That's right.
I think I'll like it a bit more this time.
I think I will.
Have a bit of a groovy time of it.
Yeah, you get to see Aggro Smith, which is
Yeah,
good.
and quite early on into his tenure.
Yeah.
So hopefully we got some Matt Smith fangirls we're ready to rock with this episode.
Yeah, get them hashtags ready for your Insta with all the Matt Smiths.
There's like I can always tell I'm Matt Smith fangirl, and I always tell people when I know that, like, you know, literally I can just be like, I know you're a Matt Smith fangirl. They're like, how'd you know? I'm like, oh come on.
Just no, I can tell because
Also,
your Instagram name is Matt Smith 69
_69. Yeah. We should tease this story. Maybe we should tell it. Oh god, maybe we should tell it on the season final of series 5. About us meeting a certain cast member. We should tell that story.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll tease you, motherfuckers. We'll tell it at the end of season
right.
5 if I can remember, because I keep forgetting to say. But we've met a cast member of this particular.
It's not
season.
It's not like a special story.
It's fine. I'm trying to build suspense.
Sorry,
I'm trying to
stay
get people to
tuned.
watch.
In any episode of season 5, this story could drop.
Maybe I should say that. Maybe I should. Oh, fucking hell, Aidan. He's like, oh, it's not that big. It's pretty big. It's the only member of Doctor Who I've ever met.
Yeah.
I remember John Barrowman came and I didn't go. I really regret that.
I don't even remember that. I think it's the only member of Who that I've met. I think. Rachel Talele commented on my post.
Your post, bruh.
Nah, on our post. That's about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's it. That's why it's special. I think it's cool that we actually have met that
Yeah, that's
certain
cool.
person.
I feel like there's a weird memory that I've forgotten. But there's no reason why I would have met anyone.
You saw the guy from Primeval in the hotel once. Why do I know so much more about your life than you do, honestly?
Oh, that's another story. Just me rewatching Primeval lately because I don't have the attention span to
you
watch
saw him in a
proper
hotel,
TV.
you didn't say hi.
Huh?
You saw him in a hotel, you didn't say hi.
I don't know if it was him, but
just like it might be him. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm in England and that's where he lives, so it must be him. Just some lookalike.
Just something looked like. No, it looked very much like him. So who knows? Yeah, the guy from not Nick Cutter, the guy that was the main guy in season 3. I think.
Yeah,
Is he
season
called
3,
like
yeah.
Daniel or something?
Some shit. I kind of stopped watching after Cutter left.
Season 3 is the best.
Really?
I don't know. Season 1's really good. I'm slowly making my way through season 2.
I remember season 2's final was like hell whack. It's like all the creatures are in it.
Yeah. But season 2's just been a bit like action hero-y vibes.
I used to love that show.
But series 3 I'm very nostalgic for, and I'm gonna not over.
The Future Predators, they're such a cool villain.
Just the future boys. Do you like Primeval? Stay tuned for the 50% Primeval podcast, folks. I've liked this, Connor. This
You gonna start doing it more?
Not when we're. I don't think when we're doing it online, but just freeballing the mic. Just it might sound horrendous. You might hear it rattling
Yeah,
around.
that's the problem because like it's kind of like it kind of just only stops. It stops like there.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to sort of do it like
It's hard, though.
facing up a bit, so this.
Yeah,
so it
I've
records
done that
here.
once before when we went to Mark River. We were just holding the mics.
Yeah.
Not the Mark River episode, just gone. That's literally the most sent I've been on a podcast. Was at Mark River last time we went. It was an episode we did with me, Mitchie, and Dan. It was just that was like another
Yeah.
level.
Well, I'm a big fan of this. Big fan of doing it in person, actually.
It's great. Well,
I'm
we got
not
next
against
week.
us doing it like very frequently. You know, like I think it would be.
I'll happily come in, man.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like it's more
It's
natural.
It's actually like literally it's the worst time for me to be doing it, and next week is even worse. But like I'll do it for you. But
Oh.
apart from that, like
God
I'm
bless.
pretty easy.
God bless.
And I can drive all the time anyway.
No, you
I've got my license.
We've got to
bitch.
do beers, Connor, every Monday night.
I don't mind having beers.
Let's get fucked up, bro.
I don't mind having beers. I'm just saying if you don't want to drink every time, it's pretty easy for you. You gotta just walk into bed. I have to call an Uber now.
Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
just going
like-
to cost you money.
He's just waving me off as he's closing his blinds.
Finishing beer.
I'm closing them, and they're closed.
What episode is that from?
That's Home Alone. It's such a fucking great episode. Are you
No.
taking the more fucking high
Oh,
ground?
that's it. I thought
I'm
you meant
close
Home
to
Alone.
them.
I thought you meant Home Alone, the movie.
Nah, it's literally called Home Alone.
Yeah, Home
And
Alone.
they're closed.
Isn't it Will's Home Alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm closing them.
And they're gone.
And they're closed. Brilliant. He's still out there, you fucking idiot.
We should do like an in-betweeners special episode one day. That would be funny.
I love the in-betweens.
I got the best compliment the other day.
What?
Me after a shoot, I was just sitting with a bunch of guys and we were just chatting. And we were just talking about like just stupid shit as like teenagers, and I was like, I feel like my life was very like in-betweeners kind of vibe. Like,
Yeah.
my mates were kind of like that, and then we were talking about in-betweeners, and then one of my mates goes, "Oh fuck, doesn't Aidan just give off the biggest Simon energy?" And I was like, that's the best compliment I've had in my
Really?
entire life. I always thought I was a Simon.
Yeah, you always said that.
Yeah.
You always said that. I was always a Will. Everyone said I was a Will.
You're a Will.
Everyone at school said I was like Will.
Dan's a mixture of Jay and
Yeah.
Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always had that kind of like, yeah, I agree that we did definitely have that dynamic going on.
Totally.
I didn't think I was normal until I watched that show. I couldn't believe it. And then I met you
Yeah.
guys and
Banging.
like it all just became, my life actually became had a bit of saneness to it.
I was like, I think what I find the most relatable with Simon is the episode where he draws like a big heart on Carly's. That just sounds like something I would do, you know? Like,
Sure,
I was
love
very
it.
like, I would have these overly ambitious crushes.
Yeah, that's very true.
And would just like end up doing stupid shit. Like, and a plot of an episode could literally have been the night that I snuck out of my house when I was like 16, terrified, and got myself into these weird situations.
Didn't you go to someone's house? Is that it?
Did I end up at someone's house?
Where did you go when you left your house at 16?
I met up with these two girls, and
No way, I don't know this. I thought you were talking about something else.
don't you know this?
No.
No.
What
Yeah.
happened there?
We just.
What happened? God, I don't know this. God, what happened? God, confessions.
I think it happened twice.
Twice? You went back a second time? Christ.
The first time was like
You never told me this.
just like angsty teen, like just the four of us at a park, just like I guess kind of like maybe being a little flirtatious and stuff.
A little bit of kissing, you know.
No, none of that. Like just like
A bit of smooching.
just like a little talking, you know. The second time,
The
I
second
think
time though, fuck.
I think I hooked up with one of said chicks that I was trying really hard to get with.
You just gave her a quick smooch.
So Connor and I went on and we spoke a lot for about another 15 minutes about silly things like this, and I've decided to remove them for the sake of how we sound, and you don't need to know so much about that, so we'll just skip forward about 15 minutes then, shall we? I don't miss it. Like I kind of miss like how dumb and silly those things were.
That's a normal response though.
But like
I think.
I'm like obviously more than happy and #blessed with
Yeah, I'm
with
sure.
Nicole. You know,
I'm
I don't
sure. My
I don't want
parents-
any
my
of
parents-
these silly chats to
My
mean
parents
from
stand
that.
your relationship so much.
Your parents do.
Yeah.
Why?
They always say that's the best one they've ever seen.
Oh, that's cute.
I remember saying, so I said to, like, I went to get dinner with Declan, like,
I'm bleeping out so many names.
a month ago, and I was like, and Dad was like, is he still with that girl? And I said, nah, he's not. And he's like, oh my God, no, they were perfect for each other. And he was like, wait, did you say Aidan? I said, no, I said Declan. He's like, oh, okay. It's like, I don't know why they just stand you guys, but they barely see you. They saw you at my birthday, and that was it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and there's me being single, and I don't know. I think I got a bit of an acquired taste sometimes.
Sorry, I don't know why I chuckled.
Hey,
You go, oh, here's me being single, and I just kind of chuckled.
that's fine.
I don't know why I
There's
did
so
that.
much crap. Like Dan saw this girl on Saturday night who I used to talk to last year, and she was like, "Oh, if Connor was here, I would have said some things," and it made my mind race, and it pretty much probably didn't mean anything. There's all this dumb crap that you just get into when you're single. I actually matched with this girl on Tinder yesterday who I know for a fact really hates me, but now I'm gonna mess her when I get home and be like, so, you know, do you not hate me anymore? Like, but it's like, did she mistakenly match with me? I don't know. And like,
I kind of just want to watch the In-Betweeners now. I'm just feeling nostalgic for them
it
silly
really
days.
is the 50% of the Who podcast.
This is a weird.
Yeah.
This is. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I fuck.
It's really cool. You fuck. Damn, Aidan.
Damn, Aidan fucks.
Aidan fucks.
No, I mean, like, I
Aidan
fuck
probably
with
fucks
just how...
more than me, so there you go.
People might hate this part of the show where we've just started talking about...
I doubt it. Everyone loves a bit of gossip.
Surely it's character building.
People listen though. I mentioned someone on my podcast once, and they happened to watch it, and I had to explain myself a bit. I didn't say anything wrong. I don't ever say anything that someone can listen to and go, that upset me. I never use names, but I had to explain myself to why I mentioned this particular person, and she understood. But yeah, I got in a bit of trouble. It's only happened twice though.
Don't worry, all these names are being bleeped.
I still think people can tell who we're talking about. No, I mean, like, if they listened. Like, but I don't care. It's fine. Like, I'm sure. No one's going to listen to a fucking Doctor Who podcast 2 hours in.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this is the...
Like, no one's going to...
But at the same time, I feel like this is the fun... We need to market this section, because this was kind of like a fun little
I'd do it more.
Teaser, little Easter section. Easter section? Extra section.
I'd do it more.
Yeah, we should.
Get a mic in front of me. I just talk. It's really bad.
Yeah, same. Especially free... I think... I've been very casual tonight, I think. I felt more casual than on a normal episode. Maybe I've sounded more casual. Who knows? And I think it comes down to two things.
Maybe I'm just a cool person.
I think doing it in person and also...
Well, then do it more.
The loosey-goosey wiggly mic.
Yeah, there is that loss of almost connection when you do it through Zoom.
Through connection.
What?
Because you get internet connection. So that was a dumb gap that didn't work. Should we end the show? I'm having... Yeah. It's been fun, though.
Yeah, it's been fun. We might have dug ourselves a few holes.
Maybe.
I can't wait to use your toilet. I'm so busted.
Okay, let's wrap things up then. Did you bring your ruler?
Yeah.
All right, let's go out in song.
Who the fuck do you think I am? How could I forget my ruler on my 50th episode?
Kind of handle. I totally forgot this was 50. Thanks so much for 50 of these bad boys. I look forward to it every week. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm just stalling whilst Connor's looking for his ruler.
For a second I thought I didn't bring him, I did. I was like, oh god.
Oh god. He had one job. Bring a ruler.
I bought everything.
You did well.
You brought my
his
stress
whole
ball.
podcasting kit.
Guys needed it. Okay.
In case I stressed you out.
No, I got like ADHD and OCD, so I like fiddle a lot, and I didn't want to stress you out. So
you can fiddle.
I carry a ball around
with me.
I don't know if you noticed.
I never noticed that you carry a ball.
Yeah, no one does. I feel like people do. I'm just insecure about it.
Interesting.
Anyway,
well, there you go.
I literally care for it like a fucking baby. It's actually kind of weird.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Lots of goss this week.
Literally, like, you never see me carry this thing around.
No, can I touch it?
Yeah, sure.
Or is it too much of your baby?
I get real because Mitchell knows how much it means to me. He'll like throw it around the house, and I'm like, fuck off. Oh my god!
I just went to throw it. That's cool.
It's like a yellow squash ball. Yeah, I have to carry it around with me. I spoke about it in
What does
therapy.
the WB stand for?
Wall ball.
Warner Bros.
No, wall ball.
Warner Bros.
No, wall ball.
Why does it say that?
Because I throw it against walls to... When I get stressed out, I have to like throw it to stop me from having
this.
like... Yeah, I get like
I'm pretending to throw it at Connor, and he's like a dog when you go to throw the toy and they like move their head.
Make fun of you. Literally proceeds to make fun of me for the next 5 minutes.
You know when dogs like you go to throw their toy and they're like, and then you don't actually throw it. There you go.
I get like really weird like tics and stuff, and I start freaking out. So like, the best way to do it, to the way I figured to get over it, and like my anxiety, I carry it around, I can play with it, and I will like throw it against walls and shit in my house, which my parents absolutely despise, by the way.
That's fun.
But yeah, it really, I brought it with me to tape today just in case I needed it, and I didn't, so that's good. But I was freaking out a bit today, so I kind of wish I had it on me. But it's so weird. I bring it to therapy so I can just like hold it and do like this and stuff. Yeah. Sounds really weird, but maybe someone can relate to it. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Just unsubscribe. All right. Look how fucking fucky it is now. It's going on.
Is that from you?
Yeah, it's from me smashing it, yeah. I keep meaning to post a picture to Instagram, but...
Yeah, you should. People need to see it.
Yeah.
Did you bring a Polaroid or anything?
I know, I should have. I didn't.
50? We need to take a picture or something, don't we?
I know, we'll take a picture. I know, but all my Polaroids are down at the moment, so I've been trying not to take any, just because I've been meaning to paint my walls for the last fucking couple of months, and I haven't, so...
That's alright. We'll just take a standard picture. Let's wrap it up, baby.
Let's do it.
Can I count down?
Sure.
Because I never usually can because we do it online and it'll fucks up. A 1, a 2, a skiddly diddly doo. It's Aidan's and Connor's podcast.